Oh shit. Hi, how's everyone doing? This is just gonna be a very quick live um rundown of my day, which didn't consist of anything for real, for real. I had an early morning, well, late afternoon phone call with my business partner. That went well, but I have to finish that up tomorrow because I couldn't finish that phone call because I had to take a shower because I went and got waxed. Yay. So I'm waxed. I feel like a new woman. I'm very happy. Um, and I just feel better about myself. And, just I just feel better about myself. It's always really gross when I don't go get waxed for a little while. And I went today and I feel really great. One of my good girlfriends, she gets another procedure done, but it's not for me to say what it is. But I'm kind of thinking about doing that. The laser, I'm thinking about doing that. So I did that. Then I went to the grocery store and I bought taco meat. I made jerk chicken tacos and regular steak tacos. That was dinner. And I ate two tacos, one chicken, one steak. And I just laid in my bed and watched TV and whatnot. But then later on this evening, we found out that an officer here in Chicago, a woman, a lady officer, lost her life today. Um, it's just really fucked up and it's sad because this woman was doing her job with CPD and she, I'll get more intel about it, but I believe she went on a call and apparently there was a shooting. Um, the offender got away. So where it happened at, that area is flooded right now. You very seldomly see anyone who shoots a police officer get away. They find you, okay? So they do a thing called an honor guard, and that is when they do the procession from the hospital to the coroner's office. Um, I've been the coroner's office is literally around the corner from my house, so police activity over here is very very strong right now, very heavy. My condolences to Officer Rivera's family, and she paid the ultimate sacrifice working in these city streets of Chicago. So God bless her, her family, and thank you for her service. Um, being a part of the CPD family because my husband is a police officer. My baby boy, we're waiting to see if he passed the test. Um, it's very heavily law enforcement within our family. We got the three-letter people. We got CPD. LAPD, Florida. So we're very law enforcement, and one of the really big fears when you have loved ones working in law enforcement is they might not get home, but that could happen anywhere at any given time. But when I used to say to my husband when we first got married, I would say, "Oh, you went on a routine traffic stop or a routine this," and he like, "Nothing's ever routine. Those things can go from this to that real quick." And one of the largest incidents of officers getting hurt or killed are domestic. incidents than responding to domestic incidents, and they end up losing their life because somebody is just out of their body and just doesn't know how to control themselves. And these people who get up and they work for the city, as far as like being a police officer, it is scary. It is very, very scary. And I feel so bad. I don't know if she had kids. I don't know if she had a husband, but I know she had a mother and a father. And my heart just goes out to them. It's so sad to know that you're doing your job and people commit crimes and they do dumb shit, and they get pulled over by an officer, and the first thing you think is to shoot. you know uh, Motherfucker, I'd rather you run than shoot. Run. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, if you shoot an officer and you get caught, you never you get out of jail. If you get out of jail, it's when you're so old, your whole life has passed you by. And the fact that people don't cherish their freedom. I say this all the time. People don't cherish their freedom because they play with it too much. Like it's a joke, a jokey joke. It's not a joke. And it be these young motherfuckers out here doing this dumb shit, early 20s, and they hit you with a life sentence, sometimes without the possibility of parole. Your life is gone. So they'll probably be making her arrangements, and that is something that all officers have to wear their formal uniforms to go to. So I will be pulling my husband's formal uniform out because he is not a uniformed officer to go honor one of his people. It's sad. It's always a somber feeling when an officer loses their life, because I've gone around this corner, I walked across this circle and have stood over there and have watched them bring an officer's body off of the ambulance into the coroner's office. I've seen the mothers and the fathers and the wives and their family accompanying the body into the medical examiner's office. And it's sad. It's sad. I don't ever want to go down that road. So I pray. A lot of people who really know me know that I pray very hard, and I pray for safety, um, for my husband, my children in general, my mother, sisters, niece, nephews, friends. I pray for frenemies. I don't really feel like I have enemies, but I pray for everyone. I pray for people who I probably shouldn't even pray for. But that's what makes me the bigger person. So yeah, and it's going to be hot out south over in Chatham. Ooh, it's gonna be hot. Like 82nd and Drexel around there. And it's early Friday morning. It's gonna be inundated over there. Inundated. I have seen officers lose their lives for the past 24 years. And I've never seen the offender never been not be caught. They catch them, and whoever did this to this lady officer, I hope they get their ass too. And I hope they pay for what they've done. Yeah, it's fucked up and it's sad. It's sad for the officer who lost her life. It's sad for her brothers and sisters in blue in law enforcement who knew her, people who probably went to the academy with her. We're at her training, training stations during the probationary period. These are people that you see every day, and just like that, they're gone. So I will be praying for her family, and I will be praying for this city that I love so much. That motherfuckers get it together. Parents, get your fucking kids. Get them. Because the shit that I know about and see and hear that happen day in, day out here in this beautiful, beautiful city is ridiculous. And it makes me sad. And I know it happens everywhere, but people need to get their young people. Like, seriously, get your fucking kids, man. Get your fucking kids. Because they're on a course that you can't get them back from. Once the judicial system has you, and unless you work very hard to reform who you are, they have you forever. They make it hard for you to get a job or to even lead a normal life. It takes a lot of perseverance, a lot of pushing through. That's why I sincerely hope that people just snatch their young ones up. If you can't do it, ask for help, because these kids are extremely and extraordinarily misguided, and it hurts to see. It hurts to see young people who look like they could be my children, my niece, my nephew, my neighbor, acting a complete and utter fucking fool out here in this world, not treasuring anything. There go the police. They are over here. They gotta drive over the sidewalk. I think, no, they're backing up. Yeah, they're getting ready to be out here. But it's just so ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous things, just a quick tidbit. Donald and Elon. Oh, oh, I'm not surprised. I don't feel bad for either one of them. They both um, are extremely deserving on falling out with one another, because Elon felt like he bought and paid for dude. But dude thought that he could still tell this man what to do. And he couldn't tell Mr. Elon what to do. You don't become the richest man in the world and you're not cutthroat. See, it's one thing to be cutthroat and you pull, okay? It's a different circumstance to be cutthroat and then you become the richest man in the world. So you had to do a lot of throat cutting to get to that spot. I don't even think Donald actually realized who he was fucking with. I don't think he realized. What I what I believe he thought he could control him. Yeah. He thought he could control him by promising him something that he knew he wasn't going to deliver on. And here we are. We're getting ready to wait, and we're getting ready to see what unfolds with E and D, Elon and Donald. And it's going to be crazy. You know why? Elon on Twitter. That's his shit. And on his shit, he can say what the fuck he want to say. Who's going to stop him? But I mean, you give a motherfucker that much money, you want a return on your investment. Elon probably feels like, hey, motherfucker, I invested in you and I wanted something from this investment, a little give and take. But unfortunately, that's not how it went. So now, us regular folks, okay, because I'm a regular folks, we're going to sit back and we're going to watch. See, these white folks issue, they infighting. It's always interesting to sit back and watch how they get down. And these are people in the Donald Trump's in the 1%, but Elon Musk is above a 1%. I don't know what percent he in, especially when you the richest man in the motherfucking world. He already dropping the dime on him. Oh, he was in the Epstein, whatchamacallit. Duh. Like we didn't know. We knew. We knew. Yeah. So we're gonna sit back and we're gonna watch. It's gonna be thoroughly entertaining. I know I'm gonna be just hanging on everything between that and the Diddy case. I'm just like, what the fuck is really happening? But Donald responded to Elon. He responded in typical Donald fashion, evasive. Um, and I don't know. I don't know. We just gonna sit back and watch. You know, you gotta be careful of the devil, cause it's the devil that you know. See, Donald thought he knew Elon, but Elon probably knew everything about Donald before getting in bed with him. But see, Donald likes money and he likes power and he likes the fact that he's the president. And we don't know what happened. How. What if they did something with the voting booth? I don't know. Okay, we don't. None of us know. But guess who does know? Elon. Elon. At2 did a post earlier, and he did a short live talking about the whole Elon and Trump fallout, and I responded under a video, and I said, Donald ain't been right with Elon since Elon's son came up in the White House with his daddy, and he said right there in the Oval Office to Donald Trump, "You aren't the president." See, he didn't like that. And people funny. People make memes out of shit. They remix it and everything else. That fucked with his psyche. He's a man whose psyche is easily fucked with, and that's a weakness. That's a weakness. If you are too easily rattled, that bothered him. He felt like this little fucker is trying to usurp my power. But children only say what they hear their parents say. And this little boy is probably around his daddy a lot. He probably got him in all sorts of motherfucking high level meetings, all sorts of shit with his company, shit about the country, all sorts. And this little motherfucker, he done sat and listened. How many times when you was a child, you would be in the room? Well, when I was growing up, you really couldn't be in the room with parents, but you might be walking past to go to the kitchen and you hear your mama on the phone or your daddy talking to his homies, and you hear some shit you not supposed to hear as a child. That's why I have a thing called child's place. He done heard his daddy say that shit, probably to his daddy's people, because Donald ain't one of Elon's people. Elon got a crew, believe that. And that little boy probably be around playing with his Thomas the Train or breaking a $3 million vase, doing something. And he heard his daddy tell some other people that. Oh yeah, believe that. That little motherfucker heard his daddy say, he's not even the fucking president. It's me. It's me. And that's why that little boy was so comfortable saying that. Shorty was very comfortable saying that. And Donald Trump couldn't react when little homie said it because he didn't want to seem frazzled. Okay? He didn't want to seem frazzled. But now we see, which we always knew, people have a price. Okay? And a lot of people lie and say, people have a price. You'll be surprised at what people do. That man gave that man the money. He wanted the whole world to be electric vehicles, in particular his vehicles. I would never buy a Tesla. I wouldn't. We can afford a Tesla right now. I don't want no fucking Tesla. I'm an old fashioned bitch. I want to go and hit 87 and fill my tank up with regular old gas. Yeah, these motherfucking cars too smart as is. I don't need no car that's gonna drive for me. I don't need no car picking me up and it ain't no human being driving in that motherfucker. It's just too high tech. And then he's sending people out in outer space. It's just too much. You know. Don't nobody have time for that shit. I know I don't. Just give me a Toyota. It can have a key start, push start. I don't need all that extra shit. I don't want no car that I gotta plug in. Hell, I already gotta remember to plug my phone up. You gotta plug your car up? Come on, man. And I'm just a firm believer that if you own a Tesla, okay, you need to have a house. You need to be living in a house, or you need to live in a nice condo building with in-ground parking, indoor parking, where you can charge your car up. It kills me when I see motherfuckers charging their Tesla at Walgreens. I'll be like, that just don't seem right. Some $100,000 car, gotta plug it up. I don't like that. I'm not a Tesla. Um, I'm not a Tesla fan, and I'm definitely not a fan of the Cybertruck because those motherfuckers look like a spaceship, like the Death Star or something like that. Now the wheels are nice because the wheels are big, but it just don't seem right. You know, it's just shaped like something off of Star Wars, and I don't trust it. And I don't trust cars that don't run on gas. Okay. And guess what else? I've never even been in a Tesla ever. And to be perfectly honest, I don't ever want to get in a Tesla. Even if it's one of my friends or family members, I don't want to get in that shit. I'm an old gas person. Plugging your car up. This shit just don't seem right to me. You know what I mean? You know, with hybrids and all this other shit. Just give me a fucking car that run on gas. Shit, cars been running on gas since they made fucking cars. Now you want everybody to plug up their car. But Elon pissed. You just gotta sit back and wait to see what tomorrow brings. I'm sure it's gonna be interesting. Trump probably sitting at the White House with a bank of monitors, and he's sitting there watching everything that's happening on Twitter and Instagram, and he watching news outlets, and he's sitting in his room in his drawers and boxers. No, you know what? He probably still wear tighty whities. He strike me as a tighty whitey wearing motherfucker. With his tighty whities on and an undershirt. He still got his socks on. And he watching this shit. He watching what everybody say. And he ain't pleased. You know. But we, the people who voted for who we voted for, we just gonna sit back and watch. That's all. We're gonna sit back and watch. And watch them pick each other apart. There's nothing else to do but do that. It's the right thing to do. It's none of my business. You know, some of the things that the president has implemented, yeah, they've affected me with tariffs. You know, I order shit from Shein all the time. You know, I order shit off of Amazon. You know, a lot of the shit from Amazon come from another country. And I slap these tariffs on shit, so a bitch got to pay a little bit more. But what are we gonna do? We're not gonna buy shit. No, we're gonna buy shit. The price just went up. But this is who motherfuckers wanted in office. And then I was talking to one of my good girlfriends, and the people who support Donald more than anything else are people. A lot of people who ain't got shit. Some of these motherfuckers who support him really don't even have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But you gun ho for 'em. You gun ho. These motherfuckers talking about cutting all this shit and turn around and tell people, oh, we're not cutting this. We're not going to cut that. Don't you believe it? They going to cut some shit. They are. You know why? Because they really don't care about poor people. And I'm poor. And you're poor too. They don't care about black people. I'm black. You're black too. And one thing they really don't care about are poor white people. They probably care about them less than they do us. But they was rip roaring and sis boom buying and voting for him. I almost understand certain people voting for him because of the tax implications, you know. But the normal everyday person, shame on you. Shame on you. And the biggest shame on everybody is the motherfuckers who didn't vote at all, but sit around and talk political and they ain't voted. Those the ones that really chap my ass. I be like, motherfuckers, you don't even have a permanent motherfucking address, and you talking about people who voted. At that point, when I run into people like that, if you voted, for him or if you voted for Kamala, at least you got up and did what you were supposed to do as a person over 18 years old, 18 and over in the United States. But all I can say is we just have to sit back and we have to watch. And when people start screaming, this is a distraction, this is a distraction, I'd be like, what's the fucking distraction? This is life. This is politics. This is what's happening. It's not a distraction. We're just living in a very, very divisive time, um, uncertain about certain things. And the only thing we could do is watch and wait and see what happens next when the next shoe drops, when the next this happens, when the next that happens. We just have to stay vigilant, because this thing with E and D, Donald and Elon, it's gonna get murky. It's gonna get murky. hmm It's people voting for shit in Congress and in the Senate. They ain't read shit. They just passing shit through. But these are the people who other people don't voted for. Check that funky shit out. It's sad. It really is. But what I suggest, like I always suggest, pray. Try to save some money. You know, find things that oh, find things to where to put your money safe, where you can yield some dividends from it. You know what I mean? It's so many things that we have to be looking at, and people aren't looking. But just the Diddy trial gonna Diddy. It's just gonna happen, and whatever happens with him don't affect a lot of people's lives. But there are those who what happens to him does affect their life. Okay. Um, I'm interested more so in what's gonna happen between Donald and Elon. Yeah, I want to know about that too, because it's kind of scary. We don't know who these people be friends with, who they cool with. It's just strange, and I don't want us to go into war, a civil war, right in this country. That's fucked up. I don't want us to have a civil war within this country. Oh, hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm back. Man. But yeah, I'm just interested to see what happens with these two. It is kind of crazy too, because it's like I knew this relationship with them wasn't going to be all rainbows and butterflies and, running through a field hand in hand, cohesiveness and happiness. And because they both want to be the top dog. And naturally, Elon feel like I'm the big dog because I got more money than you know. And Trump knew how much money that motherfucker was making. And that man made him an offer he couldn't refuse. He said he put like 200 some $1 million into this man's campaign. And he campaigned for him. This motherfucker was in places with chainsaws. And I thought I was watching an episode of some on the WWE or WWF. I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing? Campaigning with chainsaws. I'm just like, this is crazy. But people were eating that shit up. People like, yeah, man, all right, rock on. I was like, this is weird. This is very strange. But boy, and it's like with this Elon and Donald thing, more and more is just gonna come out every day. Cause Elon pissed. Cause you fucked with his business. He probably had people ripping and ready to go to mass produce cars and probably was gonna do something. Well, they'd be like, everybody got to turn in their regular gas car to get a motherfucking electric car. He probably had all that shit all set up. And Donald said, uh-uh. But Donald also tried to make it seem like I didn't vote for that. And he was like, but he knew this was gonna happen. He knew this was gonna happen. No, mm-mm, no, fuck no. Because if he knew that was gonna happen, he would have never gave him that money. That money, y'all. He would have never ran that 200 some $1 million. He would have never gave it to him if he did not have an expectation that something was gonna go his way. He wouldn't have gave him that money. Would you? But this man on Twitter, and he gonna be on Twitter just telling it all. And I have a Twitter account, but I'm never on it. Very seldomly. I don't be on it. But I might have to, tiptoe through Twitter just to see X. It's still Twitter to me. Don't be changing the name of shit and thinking I'm gonna go with it. We have a building here in Chicago. I think it's called the Willis Towers now. But before it's the Willis Towers, that motherfucker was called the Sears Tower. And guess what Chicago people still call it? The Sears Tower. Yeah. You just can't change the name of something so iconic and then expect people just to be like, I'm gonna call it X. No, that shit's Twitter. Okay? The shit's Twitter. But Elon, they gonna be on Twitter just telling all the shit. He already challenging him like release the Epstein manifest who was there. He don't want him to, but I mean people knew that Trump kicked it with Epstein because they've been in pictures together. They knew that shit. You know, we don't know. Well, we probably know what was going on the island and shit like that. But I'm like, God damn, these people do too much, man. I just want a few dollars. I don't want to do nothing weird with my money. I just want a few dollars. you know, Help my family, open up a few things, business things, and keep it moving. These motherfuckers get astronomical amounts of money, and they just do the weirdest fucking shit. I don't ever want to be that wealthy that I just lose my fucking mind. Like, you know, I'm gonna buy zebras and I'm gonna just ride on zebras backwards, butt naked, because I'm just eccentric and wealthy now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just feel like that's what they be doing. Like they just take the shit to a different level. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? But I'm waiting to see, you know, this white folks' problem. Because we already see all our problems. We see it day to day life. We see it on the news. We see it on YouTube. We see enough black folk conflict. I'm ready for a little melanatedly challenged conflict. How do they deal with things? Because, they deal with things a lot more diplomatically. They choose their words wisely. But I don't think Trump gonna be able to handle Elon. I don't think he's gonna be able to handle because Elon probably gonna be saying, "Can y'all imagine the shit they done sat around and talked about?" They probably done talked about all sorts of shit. He probably done told Elon where they got aliens at and shit like that. That they be communicating with them like this. They put their finger to their temple and be like, be talking to them. We probably got a spaceship somewhere. They done crashed and we being friendly with them. He probably done told him all this shit. He probably done let him read some old classified ass papers and shit like that. He probably, I kind of see him letting him read some shit because when he left the presidency, but when he was out the first time with the presidency, this nigga had classified documents and shit at Mar-a-Lago in like in the bathroom, like the bathroom that they weren't using, just boxes and boxes of shit that he wasn't supposed to take with him. You know what I mean? So I could see him letting him read some shit. You know what I mean? He probably know all sorts of shit. But all we can do is sit back and wait and just wonder, like, oh, what are they gonna do next? Because I'm really interested to see. It's a new day now. It's Friday, and I'm sure Elon gonna have some shit to say, and Trump gonna get with his people, his cabinet people, and be like, what should I say? What should I say? And they're gonna be like, just go out there and breathe and say this or say it roughly like this, because he ain't gonna take the advice of his staff and say exactly what those spin doctors tell him to say. So we just gotta wait and see. Excuse me. Yeah, we gotta wait and see. So that's what I'm gonna do. So today is Friday, and I'm going to go later on today. I'm gonna go sit with my mother, and I'm gonna do my laundry at my sister's house because my sister is going to see Kendrick Lamar in concert tomorrow. Well, today, and I'm happy for her. It concerts be rolling through. They be right down the street from me. I don't even be knowing, but I do know that Wu Tang's supposed to be here, and I'm really hoping I didn't miss it. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I didn't. I have to check into that. But other than that, I ain't doing shit. I'm gonna go with my mama's, do my laundry, watch my shows, sister get home from the concert, get in my car, come home. I'm gonna leave my laundry in the car. And when Aston get off work the next morning, he parked. He could bring the laundry in. I'm not carrying all that shit in the house. I'm just gonna, take my own soap because my mama only like Percel and I like Game. Put some in a Ziploc bag. Just take my shit over there, do my laundry, and watch TV and chill. Cause my mom ain't gonna do shit but be asleep anyway. And that's it. That's my Friday night. Saturday, I have nothing planned. Um, I'm supposed to go to New York. I'm not going. I have a plane ticket. I don't have a hotel room. But that's also a feeling that I have that God really don't want me to go. because I have to be at my son's family day on the 12th and his graduation on the 13th. So I I can't do it. I'll get there. New York, last time I checked, it hasn't gone anywhere. And what I need to do for my business, the person who's going, he can handle it. I'm cool with that. I don't want to go. This is like the second plane ticket I have that I didn't use. And what be fucked up is I be forgetting I have them. Who does dumb shit like that? Me. But and where I have to go to see my son graduate is 6 hours away, and the kids and I are going. So I'm just like, oh, I gotta make sure we put plenty of food down for the guinea pigs and the chinchillas, because my husband's not gonna feed them. He not. But I'll be gone on the 12th and 13th. I'm coming back on the 13th because I have to be at Princess's birthday party on the 14th, and I have to make her deviled eggs. So I got shit to do, you know. Okay, I was just hearing my son or someone walking in the house, and it's nighttime, and everyone's asleep. But yeah, this whole thing with these people is just so way out. I just be looking at like, and I was talking to Princess earlier, and I told her, I was like, Elon really needs to lay off of, because he got his face done. I can tell he's very tight. He's very tight, and I can tell he gets fillers. I can tell. I know these things. He just looks so tight. He looks like an egg with hair. Looks like an egg with hair. It's so interesting. And then Trump, he just kind of reminds me of like an old Coach bag, just weathered. You know, I guess. Shit, I don't even. How old is Elon? Like 60 or something like that. Y'all know how many kids he got? He got about 13, 14 children. He got like four with his wife, and then his wife must be just a stone cold trooper. Elon just had two babies not too long ago by two different women. Elon ain't no different than a dude in the hood who got a bunch of baby mamas in the same motherfucking area that be fighting over him, but these bitches don't fight. You know why? Because they know they get mucho guapo guap. They money just is situated so crazy, you know. But then he got the wife. You got the bitches that he just get pregnant, and then he got the wife. I would be asking questions like, you putting me and this baby in your life insurance policy, or can you just make sure you get a nice life insurance policy for yourself in event something happen with you? I ain't got to be arguing with your wife or nothing. Set one up for me and set one up for Shorty. And you got to pay it, okay? And not no little tiny ass shit, not no $1 million policy, nothing like that. He would have to go like $100 million. He got the money. I seen something today too on Instagram. Speaking of people with a lot of money, Jeff Bezos, right, got this house out in Beverly Hills somewhere. The house was originally owned by the man who owned Warner Brothers Music. Well, he owned that too, but Warner Brothers Movie Studio, right? And when Warner died, his wife lived in it till like 1990 something. Then she sold it to some dude who worked for like Steven Spielberg. And then he sold it to Jeff Bezos, right? And you all can look this up. So Jeff Bezos is doing work on the place. He wants to keep it at its original grandeur. It's a Georgian style house. But Jeff Bezos has these hedges that go around this entire property. The hedges are probably 2 stories high. They say in California, you're only supposed to keep your hedges like about this high, right? This motherfucker got 2-story hedges. They call it the Great Wall of Bezos. So since he's breaking city ordinance on the height of his bushes that go around his whole fucking crib, he gets fined $1,000 fucking day. And he pay that shit to keep up those big ass hedges around his crib. Could you imagine $1,000 a day because you want to keep the hedges around your house? 7 days, that's $7,000. 14 days, 14,000. You know, he pay $1,000 a day to keep these big ass hedges up. Look up the Great Wall of Bezos. Google it, and you'll see these big ass bushes, and they uniformed in a motherfucker all the way around the house. I was just like, God damn, Jeff Bezos. But I guess that's what you can do when you get money like that. But I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you. I'd be damn if those motherfuckers said we gonna find you $1,000 a day every day these bushes up. I would cut those motherfuckers down and just put a gate and gate around the motherfucking house. I'm not paying you no motherfucking $1,000 a day. And that's some wasteful shit, y'all. That's wasteful. You know why? Because that $1,000 a day he paying in fines because his bushes is just so fucking high and they go all around. It's like 10 acres. The home sits on 10 acres. And I don't know if he got 10 acres of bushes going all the way around it, but it's a lot of bushes. Look it up. The Great Wall of Bezos, Beverly Hills, California. It's a sight to see. Okay. Um, but I mean, that's his money. You can't tell a motherfucker how to spend their money because I don't like nobody telling me, you know, and I don't got nowhere in the motherfucking realm of no money like that. But you paying the city $1,000 a day. You could be helping a poor family out in California with $1,000 a day. But you will keep those bushes up out of hubris because you feel like I can do it. I have the money for it. Just because you got the money for it don't mean you should do it, motherfucker. He bought the house at an astronomically large price. He done put a new pool in the place. Um, a, I don't know if it's a tennis court or a pickleball court, but I guess you can play pickleball on a tennis court. I don't know because I never played pickleball, but it's $1,000 a day just to be able to. I could understand spending $1,000 a day of your money, but I'm not spending $1,000 a day to give it back to California over some bushes. That's bullshit. But that's just me, and I'm pretty sure it's you too. I'm pretty sure it's it's you too. You wouldn't do that. You'd be like, fuck it, let me cut these bushes down. But that just goes to show $1,000 means absolutely nothing for him. $1,000 could change a person's life. A person could have been like, man, I was really hungry, um, and I had a bill due, and motherfucker gave me $1,000, and I was able to feed myself and keep my crib, and then I got a job. it changed a person's life. But he just throwing $1,000 away like it ain't nothing. And I know those people be philanthropic and they help and they donate, but they could do better. They could do better. See, I was just telling Princess today, people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Trump did have a black friend once. It was Omarosa, but then they stopped being friends. These people need a good, strong black friend. Like for real. Just to be like, bro, cut those fucking bushes down. Are you fucking serious? You make yourself look like a real jagoff, paying $1,000 a day, and then just a few miles from you, it's people who are really hurting that could probably use that $1,000 a fucking day. You can give 10 people $100 a day, you know, and that would help somebody. But you with the machismo and I'm just super duper rich, I'm just gonna keep my bushes up and pay $1,000 a day. I'd be damn no the fuck I wouldn't. Those motherfuckers with it. I probably would have did it maybe 2 days. But then I'd be like, you know what? Call those landscapers and tell those motherfuckers to come cut this shit down. But he probably paid a shit ton of money because these motherfuckers is high. They big as hell. It looked like a wall of trees going around his whole fucking crib. I'm telling y'all, look it up. I couldn't believe I was seeing that. I was like, oh, it's like that's so crazy. It's like, how dare you, Jeff Bezos, when you could be doing better things with your money, like helping someone. But you rather pay $1,000 a day to keep some motherfucking bushes up around your house. I don't get it. But I guess it's just some things that ain't meant for me to get. But I do be trying to figure it out. I be like, that's the face I make. Hmm. You know, that's just me. You know, I read a lot on social media. I find articles and all sorts of shit, and I be reading them. And I just, you know, get my little rat tail comb. Because when I start thinking a lot, my scalp start to itch. So I stick it in between my weave tracks and I be scratching. I'm like, what's wrong with my? I just be scratching. I'm like, what's wrong with people? That's crazy. El pollo loco. That's a crazy chicken. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and I'm waiting for, content creators to speak on this whole Elon. Few people talked about it today. Um, but I'm waiting to see more. Like, show me more, please. Because this is getting ready to be a clusterfuck. What the fuck is that? I'm not telling y'all. Yeah, I'd be looking out the window. I'm that motherfucking neighbor. That's me. Nosy as hell. I ain't got time for this shit. Mm-mm. Cause day before yesterday, someone tried to break into the neighbor's house down the street and around the corner, and they were trying to break in with a gun. Yes, they were trying to break in with a gun. So I just be extra vigilant, cause I be like, people crazy, and people will steal, and I hate a thief. But yeah, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see. Like I said, I am interested in things with the Diddy trial, but I mean, like every day, something else come out. I'll be like, ooh, shit, ooh. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Um, They got some girl, she testified. You can't know who she is or nothing. But they say it's more people. And I seen somewhere, literally like 30 minutes ago, that his former bodyguard, Roger Bond, is going to be testifying. I don't know if he testified for the defense or the prosecution. I don't know. But I'm going to be listening. I definitely am. I watch memes, Make It Make Sense. That's a beautiful ass man. I watched Tisa commentary about it. I watched Tickets commentary. I watched AT2's commentary about this trial. Because I be wanting to get different viewpoints. And a lot of people that I named are there. But, I like to get the different viewpoints of what people thinking and whatnot about this. And I just like, ooh. I'm like, but that, but those motherfucking federal prosecutors, they were like, oh, we got more people coming. I'm just sitting back, waiting, just like this. I get up in the morning, like I said, I use it, I brush my teeth, wash my face, I moisturize, I get my coffee, I get back in my bed, I get my phone, I clear out all my notifications that popped up while I was asleep. I answer any correspondence that I have to answer back, and I've gotten better with checking my emails. My attorney was like, "You need to check your emails. You don't check your goddamn emails." So I'm getting better with that. And then I put on my little ear things, and then I just start listening. And I just be like, "Ooh, tell me more." But everyone's gonna have their opinion on Sean. Everyone's gonna have an opinion on him, and I respect everyone's opinion because they're seeing what's going on within the trial. But I promise you, on everything I love, it's different to have known him and looked into his eyes. I told y'all a while back when I first met him with Craig. I met him in Florida at a nightclub in Miami. Well, not a nightclub, at a venue that they were all performing at. Big and Craig, and they were performing, and that's the first time I ever met him. And I was just something in his eyes. I was just like, hi, because I'm gonna be polite. But it was just something roundabout, just around the way. I was just like, ooh. And I remember Craig was like, when we got back to the hotel, he was just like, what's wrong? I was just like, and I called him they boss. I was like, I don't like your boss. He was like, what's wrong? He laughed. He was like, what you think's wrong with him? I said, there's something in his eye. And I didn't think about it until years and years down the line. This after me and Craig even broke up. I was watching Shark Week. I ain't gonna lie, I was watching Shark Week, and they showed the shark swimming through the water, and they showed the shark's eyes. And if you look at the shark's eyes, they look dead. I'm like, yo, that's what it is. He had shark eyes, just nothing behind it, and it's just so fucking crazy just to see all of this going on. People sit back and if you sit back and you wait long enough, shit will move. But he just been so bad for so long, y'all. It's like people on the outside looking in. I lived it. So I know it from a completely different aspect. And it wasn't always easy. It wasn't, you know, and it wasn't always easy when motherfuckers would be scared. I can't go into it, but motherfuckers were scared. Ooh, when Craig left Bad Boy, huh, baby, huh, that was some shit net. But then you find out more now, 20 some years later, and you realize that, damn, I was around a person who don't give a fuck, probably really honest God about nobody. And that's scary. The shit I'm hearing now, motherfuckers hanging over balconies and burning motherfuckers' whips up and all sorts of shit. Like, this ain't a motherfucking movie, nigga. You fucking with people's lives, people's livelihoods. And it's crazy that one fucking person can just tell someone something and everybody just fall in line. And those who did want to speak out weren't able to work, weren't able to do this, weren't able to get their music out. And that's fucked up. That's some hater shit. How come motherfuckers just can't leave you, I ain't fucking with you. Okay, don't fuck with me then. And y'all just move around. This earth big, them motherfuckers. But when you try to stop people from eating and taking care of their families effectively, he only reaping what he sow. He only reaping what he sow. And this shit is not close to home. This shit home for me. So that's why I listen to everything that I hear. You know, because I just be overly intrigued that this motherfucker's really a fucked up ass person. Like, goddamn, bro. I knew you was crazy. Because I said some crazy shit. But I didn't know you was like that fucking crazy. Y'all know how y'all got a friend or a family member and you know they fucked up. But then you wake up one morning because your aunt calling, your mama waking you up. Girl, guess what Tyrone did? What? He went and shot up a motherfucking bar. Are you serious? Girl, you know Tyrone crazy. Yeah, mama, but I didn't know Tyrone was that crazy. And that's basically how it was. I knew he was fucked up. Because I seen what he did and how it impacted Craig's life, which impacted my life, which impacted my children's lives. But when you years down the line, you're finding out how malicious he really was. It's just like, mm, that's fucked up. But he catching it. He catching it. But you can't be. People seem to think that you can just vicariously go through life being shitty to people, be it you're hurting them physically, you're saying something to them that's extremely off-putting, um, you're withholding money or um, impeding them from moving around in the world to make money. That's also impeding. If you think that you can just do that to people and there's no repercussion, think again. Think again. That's why honest to God, I could be mean. And I heard that I was mean. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? I can't be mean. But fundamentally, I'm not mean to people because I don't want shit coming back. Because guess what? What he has done that he is yet to be convicted for, of, this shit will impact his babies. You know, the kids who came from his boss. This will impact his children. And people can be mean. People might not want to fuck with you based off of who your daddy is. You know, there are some people who can be adults about situations. Like, those kids didn't have nothing to do with that. Woo, woo, woo. But then there are other people like, fuck them. You know, um, it's crazy. This whole shit is crazy. You know, I get up, like I said, and I watch, I watch, and I listen. I wait for people to give updates on what's going on in court and who said what, and I just be like, and it's fucked up. It's a lot of people that should be here on this earth that ain't here because of circumstances. And it's like everything leads back to one person. And that's fucking crazy to me. It really is. And someone's like, well, do you pray for him? And I know I said I pray for a lot of people. Some people I shouldn't pray for. No, I send enough prayers out. Because somewhere along the line, even the people that you pray for that you feel like you shouldn't pray for know that they fucked up. I don't think he realizes that he did anything wrong. That's something that he got to take up within the penal system and the afterlife. That's some shit he really got to take up with God. When you sit down and you go over and you do a retrospect of your life, and you be like, I fucked up here, I fucked up there. Okay, I wasn't fucked up with that, but I was fucked up with that. I don't think he's gonna see that because I don't think he thinks he did anything wrong now. And that's crazy to me. And I know there's people out here who support him 10 toes down. But a lot of motherfuckers who support him 10 toes down, you don't know him. The nigga ain't never sent you a check. You ain't never sat down with this motherfucker and ate. You ain't never traveled with this motherfucker. You know nothing about it. But right is right and wrong is wrong. Greetings and salutations, Miss Patrice. How are you? How are you? You know what, let's just kind of, I'll come back to the whole Diddy thing. Patrice and I were having a conversation about food. And it's not for me to tell you all where Patrice lives, but Patrice gets very upset because in her town where she lives, there's a Harold's Chicken. Now, for those of you who know who Harold's Chicken is, it's a Chicago institution, and the chicken's just so motherfucking good. God damn. Ooh, okay, hold on, y'all. Cause I just had a chicken flash. Ooh, that's what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Even though I made tacos tonight for dinner, I'm gonna give me a 6-piece wing with lemon pepper, mild sauce on the side. Cause I don't like my chicken wings all drenched in mild sauce. But anyway, back to the story. So me and Patrice were talking, and she was just like, where she lives, they put a Harold's chicken there, and she was just like, and my chicken was real salty, and she was pissed. I could feel her energy through the phone. She was like, I ain't been back to that place, and Patrice is a lady. She really doesn't curse a lot, but when she was talking on the phone, this is last night. She was getting hot. She was getting hot, boss. She was just like, ooh, ooh, and I was just like, Patrice. I was like, you need to do. I talked to the owner. And I think she said the motherfucking owner or the manager. She talked to some motherfucking body, but Patrice was tight. I was like, damn, bitch, okay. I didn't fry the chicken, okay? I'm trying to come up with solutions. I'm trying to come up with solutions. So I told her, I was like, before you go, call them, tell them you're coming. Because it's a nice little rap, huh? Tell them that you coming and tell them you do not want your chicken salty. And you need to tell them when you get there, open that bag and give me one chicken wing on a piece of that wax paper, the paper that they put over the top of the chicken. I told her to test the chicken while she in there. If that shit's salty, if that one wing salty, the rest of that shit salty. I told her to give it back to them and tell them this shit too salty, and I'm gonna give you all a horrible Yelp review. Now people don't be thinking. A lot of people don't be thinking. You gotta use. Oh, 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 shit! I had to get underneath that track. You gotta use social media and those websites like Yelp, and you gotta keep it real. Now I do Google reviews. I don't know why I started giving reviews now. These motherfuckers want me to review everything, and I'm like, y'all ain't even giving me no motherfucking money, but I still give a review. People be asking me shit like, do they have somewhere where I could park a bicycle? I be like, I don't know. They be asking me all sorts of questions. But anyway, I told her, tell them, look, get the shit together, or I'm going to give you a really bad Yelp review. Talk about how salty the food is, but the service is nice. I told her, you got to utilize these things because that's the only thing that's going to make people get your shit right. Thank you. Thank you. And remember, these are my nails. Y'all know I'd be too frantic to say that shit. Now, if my fucking edges could grow like my nails, ooh, we would be cooking with all 6 burners on the fucking stove. But we're like only cooking with 2 right now. But I have menopause edges. But yeah, I told her, I was just like, Patrice, you gotta complain, girl. You gotta complain. And she was like, I'm gonna complain, sis. I'm like, that's the spirit. Because I'm not gonna lie to you all. When it comes down to customer service, my food and shit like that, you want to see a Karen. It's me. I don't play about my food. I don't play about my food. Don't fuck my food up. I'll bring that shit back. And I try not to go too many places that say no refunds. Fuck you mean? You're not gonna refund me my money. This food is fucked up. This don't taste like this. No. Give me my money back. Always avoid places, you guys, that say no refunds. Mm-mm. That means I'm gonna tell y'all what that means. When you see a place that says no refunds, try the food, right? But if it ain't what you think it's supposed to be, don't go back. No refunds means they get a lot of complaints. They get a lot of complaints. You know who get a lot of complaints? McDonald's. You order this, and this, and they leave out 2, 3 things off your order. I'm late to the party, sis. What were you talking about? Trump and Elon Musk love battle for dominance and supremacy. um, an officer got shot here in Chicago this evening. Unfortunately, she passed away. It happened on 80 something in Drexel. I was talking about the Shitty Diddy trial, and that's really it. Oh, and that I went and got my underarms and took care of my waxing today, and I made tacos. That's it. That's it. That's all. Yeah, yeah. I was just like, this is so sad. It's very sad. But you know, I just like to sit back and watch, the things that are, going on in the world. I wish, oh, I had to crack my knee, y'all. Hold on. Oh, oh, that feels so good. I know, and as you know, Patrice, you are a Chicago native. Chicago get cracking as soon as it get warm. And I was saying earlier that people should snatch their kids up. I was talking about that the other night, how there aren't things for these young people to do. So you live here in the city, it's beautiful as hell, but we got to deal with it. And then, the Trump and Elon thing, I'm just gonna sit back and watch that. Girl, that's wealthy white people fighting over who got the biggest dick. And probably neither one of them working. Shit. You know, and that's another thing, y'all. That's another thing. When motherfuckers try to give off big dick energy, those usually the ones that's like this. Always be, well, we older now, but I can sniff them out. Even when I told Trump, make my day, I spit water out. What? He told him that? Girl, Elon, the richest man in the world. I would have big dick energy too, even if I was working like this. But, because, I got more money than you. I mean, that's probably how Elon's thinking. But they shit getting ready to be wild. I was saying earlier today, I was just like, he probably fucking, Trump probably done told him all sorts of shit. He tweeted it. Girl, he probably done told him all sorts of shit I was saying. He probably told him where the aliens are. He probably let them go talk to that one of the aliens. It could be anything with these people. It could be anything. But like I was saying, Trump Elon feel like I gave you this dough and you ain't doging, nigga. Okay? And he just probably feel like I gave you 200 some $1 million for your motherfucking campaign. He feel like he bought and paid for him. So he want a return on his investment. But dude ain't trying to do that. Trump was like, gotcha, bitch. He, I got that money. He tweeted that's the reason Trump hasn't released the Epstein. Yeah, I heard that. I was like, we knew that though, Elon. We knew that. You ain't fooling us. You gonna have to come with, hi, my queena. Hi, baby. My country girl. Elon gotta come with something better than that. Okay? We already seen Trump in pictures with Epstein. Those niggas was neighbors in New York. Where Trump Towers is and where Epstein's crib was in Manhattan. These niggas was just a few blocks away from each other. They been kicking. They been kicking. So, Elon, you ain't told us nothing new. Tell us what he don't want us to know for real, for real. We know that nigga was kicking Epstein. What about the aliens? What about the aliens? That's what I want. You know, tell us some shit we really want to know about. You know, I want to know some unknown shit. Because most really, really overly wealthy motherfuckers, they kick it with overly wealthy other motherfuckers. They don't want to be around no poor people like that. They're like, oh my God, you're poor. Yeah, they don't want to do that. We knew those motherfuckers been kicking it. Yeah, Diddy was in pictures with Epstein and Trump. They all run in the same circle. Someone was saying earlier, because I be in people's bushes like a mom. Hold on, let me readjust my camera. People were saying this guy was just like, damn, it's like they fuck the same bitches. Yeah, they do. They do. I'm not gonna say it. They all fuck the same women. The women fuck the same niggas. That's just how that circle is. It really is. And if they find someone outside the entertainment world, a sports world to marry, they do. But everybody in there be fucking everybody. That's why a lot of this Diddy shit, I don't be too surprised about. I'll be like, I knew that. But that's the same way with Epstein and Trump and Elon. We don't know what these overly wealthy white overly wealthy people do. We thought we knew what Diddy did. But, when you melanated challenged, we don't know. We just don't know. Because we ain't got that type of money. We poor. I want to know if Trump did rape an underage girl. They cleaned that rumor. Probably. I don't put shit past girl. I don't put shit past nobody, sis. I don't put shit past nobody. And it's not like I'm scared of these people. I just be like, that's the face I make. Ugh. You know, I don't know. We live in a weird time. You know, motherfuckers are strange, and I just be like, and I be trying to tell myself, oh, I'm gonna take a social media break. I can't, cause I be liking to read the articles and see what be going on, and then you be finding out other perspectives and shit. You know what I mean? But with this Elon and Trizzy thing, I'm like, and then I heard Trump was trying to like do something with Harvard University, and he trying to cut this and cut that. Harvard money old. You can cut as much as you want. Those they'll figure out a way. Harvard is the oldest university in the United States. Yeah. But word on the curve is he upset because his son didn't get accepted to that motherfucker. Because he didn't get accepted to Harvard either. It's one thing to have a legacy and you get accepted to a school. But they don't want to accept you to a school because you a legacy and you not smart. You might have scored a little low on the test, but you didn't score like I'm dumb low. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. There's so much going on. I can't keep up. Girl, I'm trying to keep up for all of us. Because I just be like, me. I'll be like, what the fuck is really going on? You know, um, I really want to see what's going to happen with, like I said, Elon and Trump and, they boy Putin sitting somewhere back there like, He's twisting his mustache up because you know he got the mustache. Well, he doesn't actually have a mustache. He has an imaginary villain mustache that he like. He be rolling that motherfucker. He's sitting back waiting. Hmm. He's sitting back waiting. They need to leave little homie alone. People don't be understanding. Putin, that motherfucker's former KGB and everything. I mean, how come you just can't? How come we just can't be cool with Russia and be like, "What's up, R?" and keep it moving? We ain't gotta be cool with them like that. You know, maybe to get some like caviar, a little vodka or something. You know, but other than that, we ain't gotta fuck with them like that. But they be making them feel like, oh, we love you. Have you been to Russia? I've been to Russia one time. It's an interesting place. That's all I can say. But the caviar and vodka was good. Brian McKnight, your thoughts? Um, I think it is fucked up that his son passed away, but we don't know, you know, because we don't know if he reached out to, you know, if he's doing anything as far as his son's arrangements. Ooh, I don't need my little titty popping out. Um, it's weird, you know, and I love like that one album that he had with like one last cry on it. One last cry before I leave it. I can listen to that shit. That's my shit. I love that fucking whole album. Um, his ex-wife said he didn't. Wow, that's fucked up. But you know what? You know what? Hi, Sparkle. He will reap what he sowed with that. Mm-hmm. He'll reap what he sowed with that. Because these new kids he got, he'll get old because he already old. He ain't old, but Brian up there, he at a nice age. See, you get old and you get sick. Those new little young ones ain't gonna be there to clean you up and wipe your ass and do shit for you. It'll probably be those older ones. But hmm, let's see. Am I gonna help Dad? Probably not, because Dad treated us like shit. That's what people do. That's right. You know, well, Sparkle, he said that's what people do. That's right, just like YouTube. YouTube is such a small part of the world when there are people within the YouTube verse, like a Mr. Beast, who makes $20 million a month with no drama. Go figure. I worked with him and his sons. Remember, I told you that. Yeah, you told me that. I was so hurt by passing of Nico. Yeah, and he was so young. But like I said, his son is with God. Whatever suffering he had going on, it's no more. We will pray for his mother and his siblings and the people who love him. Who's going to have to deal with that is his dad. How you just get a whole new family and you just disavow your kids? Nigga, you're a well-off man. You work like that so your kids could be spoiled. I know bitches who just drive Uber and Lyft, and they got their kids fucked up, spoiled, because that's what they work to do, to provide and to spoil and give love. You know, shouldn't nothing make you treat your kids like that? Like that shit's weird. It really is. But he gonna have to deal. He gonna have to deal with. It's just, the boy was young. I don't condone kids whooping their parents' ass, but Brian gonna get older and older, and let's pray he lives a long life. Cause I don't be like, oh, I hope he died. I'm not that person. But he will be sick one day, cause we all do. We all get sick, and he won't have those older children. Everybody ain't built or equipped to clean their parents' ass when they sick and down. But then you might have a child who be like, I got you, mama. I got you, daddy. And they gonna soldier up and do what they need to do because they know their parent wouldn't want a stranger doing that. That new life might come across just like Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul, man. You know, people think, oh, I can afford a nurse and I can do this. It ain't nothing like somebody that you love helping you with things like that. He gonna reap what he sowed with this. Mm-hmm. He gonna reap what he sowed. He had those handsome sons. They were talented. They could sing, and you just do a cutoff with your kids and give other motherfuckers names and shit like that away. That's weird. That's weird. I ain't never heard no black folks doing no shit like that. This is mean. This is mean. But I will pray for Brian that he comes to his senses because we want to get older. But the thing about getting older is who you got when you really need them. I have 7 children. I have 5 boys and 2 girls. And one thing I do know, if mama was really down, my kids gonna do what they need to do. It's nothing like familiarity. It wasn't a good experience. Yeah, you told me it wasn't a good experience working with him, but his sons were awesome. Shit. Maybe he was just too full of himself. I don't know. And I really hate it. I do, y'all, because I fuck with Brian McKnight's music. Like not like that first album where he had the guitar. That first album was the first CD I bought after Craig and I got married. And we would just listen to it over and over again. He'd be playing video games and I'd be and I just be in the room singing, and that was just a beautiful album. And it's so crazy. It's such a beautiful album, and he was probably cool then, but bro, your son went to glory. Your son went back to where you got him from. You can't give a public statement or nothing. Black people don't like no shit like that. Stop playing. We don't get down like that. We don't do that. I wouldn't even be able to. I wouldn't even be able to sleep. You got a son laying in the hospital or hospice dying. You need to be next to him. The same way you seen him come in the world. See him go out. Just dumb shit, B. Dumb shit. Me and my children gotten into it, but I gotta let them figure it out, realize mama was right, and let's revisit this. But it ain't no cutting my motherfucking kids off. Not even if I got a new family. Now the family just bigger. That shit is weird. But Brian gonna feel it. He might be feeling it now. But I would suggest that he prays and he would go to God and ask him to forgive him. But sis, what kind of woman would be down with that? That bitch ain't shit either. It okay. 10 toes down with you, sis. No. Anybody that you decide that you wanna join with either matrimony or you just doing some good hardcore fucking and that's your man, that's my bitch, that's my nigga, whatever. Don't be no yes man in no relationship when you know the next motherfucker wrong, even if you scared to lose him. You bogus. You bogus. What do you mean? You wrong, nigga. You wrong. Just because you got a bitch to whisper sweet nothings in your ear and tell you that shit right, that shit ain't right. I would feel funny knowing that my husband had a child who was sick, dying. There wasn't nothing you could do. Uh, but we also we don't know if that woman told him, go see your son, reach out. And if he was just like, no, no, no. You know, that shit bogus as hell. But he had his mama. And everything always comes full circle and comes back to the mama. I'm talking about the new wife. Yeah, I'm talking about the new wife. We don't know what she told him. We don't know. But if she never told him, go see your fucking kids. Make shit right with your fucking kids. If she didn't tell him that, and even about disowning him, she okay with him disowning his kids, but not hers. They'll both catch it. You know, karma ain't got no expiration date. It don't. Karma ain't got an expiration date. His son is gone, and he's still here. Let me tell y'all a story. My son, Asa, was very upset about something one day. Excuse me. And he was really pissed about something. He's like, I hope he died. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I said, we don't do that. This tongue, this brain is very powerful. You have to watch what you say. You have to watch what you put out. Because the person that you want it to happen to, it don't happen to. It befalls someone you love. And I told him, watch what you say. You have siblings that you love. You have a mother. You got a grandmother. Watch what you put out in the air. All that nastiness and vituperations. Don't say that. Ask God to forgive you. I don't wish death on anyone. But with Brian, and I don't wish death on him. Hi, Armand. Good morning. Well, you're not in the bushes anymore because you're right here. Hi, Armand. Brian gonna have to reap what he sowed. He has children. He has a new marriage, a new wife. If she's not pushing him towards better with to mend the relationship with his other children, then she fucked up. She is. That's fucked up. I would be uncomfortable because at the end of the day, family is really all you got. I told my son, watch what you say. But I hope and I pray that, you know, God touches Brian's wife, touches him, that they can have some understanding. Because the very children they raising and shit like that he just loving and doting on, ooh, ooh. He don't want that to come across his house. Because God gained one and he can take one. That's why you got to watch how you treat people and watch what that tongue say. For real. Because as sure as God put you here, he can take your ass away. He would be incensed. He would be bereft if something happened to one of those kids he had with the new wife. But they all came from you. Love them all the same. I know I joke and be like, I got a favorite child. I really don't. I just have to treat each one of them in a different way. But I ain't got a favorite. I just have different relationships with each one of my kids. He needs to reestablish a relationship with his older children. They lost their first child. Wait a minute. Who lost their first child? Brian McKnight's first wife. That was the oldest child who passed away, right? Are you talking about that first child? I'm just so I don't know, man. It's just sad. It's just sad. Like, who the fuck does weird shit like this? Like, come on, bro. Mm, I just couldn't. I couldn't. But then again, he might even feel some kind of way. Like, damn, my son is gone. Brian and his new wife lost their first child together. This is his second child with his new wife. What happened? What happened? Oh, Lord. Mm, mm, mm. Damn. It's a lot of loss surrounding him. That's some bad energy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm sorry that happened. I'm just sorry for the whole family all the way around. That shit fucked up. Hold on, y'all. Ugh. Ow, my knee. Oh, okay. I'm back. I had to go get my pointer and I had to pee. A week after it was born. Wow. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I don't know. It's like I'm just one of those people who feel like you reap what you sow. And I really can't expand on that any deeper than you reap what you sow. You don't get good harvest when you plant bad seed. You know, and I had people tell me, oh, you're too friendly, you're too this, you're too that. I'm fine with me. My God is fine with me. That's why I really, really try not to be nasty. But it's some nasty ass people out in this world, and they wonder why they don't elevate, they don't prosper. It's people out here with a shit ton of money, unhappy than a motherfucker. You know why? They souls ain't good, they hearts ain't good. Everybody's fucking season comes. The question is, what do you do in preparation for your season? What's Brian doing? Because season ain't just you going with God. Season comes with just you being a fucking jerk in the world. That could be anyone. And you gotta answer for it. You gotta answer. A lot of people that I see shit happening to right now, and it might not be overt, like how things are happening with Diddy. I see things happening with people, and I be like, damn, do you not see what's going on with your life? You've been bad. We all been bad. But just some people have been worse than others. I feel bad right now. I feel bad for Brian McKnight because his soul ain't easy. A very uneasy soul. But eventually his soul got to go someplace else and you're going to have to answer for this bullshit. Just to, like, how much of a peace of mind does he actually have? How easy is his soul? It ain't that easy. That's heavy. He carrying some heavy shit. He better he better lay those burdens down. But hell, we can't tell him. Probably feel like I got the biggest house, I got this, I got but your soul is empty. I am nothing. I was, you know, there was a time in my life where my life was all over the place. And there was not a good connection with my children. And time and prayer brought everything back together. And I feel good. I couldn't imagine losing one of mine. He need counseling. He needs to be giving free concerts. He needs to be telling his story. He needs to bring his whole family together. But that's on him. Because we came into this motherfucker by ourselves. And we going to go out this motherfucker by ourselves. Now, collectively, we might have people surrounded us. Just, but goddamn, that shit's fucked up. I'm telling y'all, we living in a strange time. Strange people. People are uncaring. People be lying. And people just mean. That's fucked up. And for, you know, we don't know what's really going on. His ex-wife said something. But hopefully, between that time and they, burying their child, hopefully they can come together for that. I really hope. I really hope for that. I really do. I don't like to see families broken apart. I really don't. That's fucked up. But on everything I love, if they say he didn't come to the funeral and they didn't pay for the funeral, he didn't pay for the funeral or nothing like that, I'm gonna take his music off my Spotify. I'm gonna delete it all. And I love that fucking album because it has sentimental value in my life. But I have to delete it because you bogus as hell. You dead ass wrong. Oh Lord. Mm, mm, mm. But people be weird, y'all. People be weird. Did you see the interview with Tasha K? I seen the interview when it first came out. That wasn't a new interview. That was an older interview. Um, she just put it back up because topics about him came relevant again. You know what I mean? Within the social media entertainment sphere. But that was an older interview. I seen it, like I said, when it initially came out. But I gotta sneeze, y'all. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm better. Thank you. Thank you, Patrice. Oh, Country Girl Queen. I didn't have my glasses all the way on. Y'all notice I be sneezing. I sneeze the same time every night. That's just weird. But no, I really hope they can work it out as a family. You know, that's so strange. Ooh, just sad. And to be so young. But also, I'm just going to put this out there. If you all have young men in your family, sons, grandsons, nephews, tell them to go to the doctor. Tell them to go get checked out. This young man should not have been at stage 4. That means you wasn't going to get checked out. tell a lot of men, even these older motherfuckers, don't feel some kind of way because you got to go get that check. You know what women go through? We got to get a duck bill put in us and opened up and Q-tips up in there. And you know, hell, doctors even put their fingers in women's butts to check. They, you know, colon and shit like that. Tell these men to go get checked out. Child, he done adopted his stepkids and disowned his oldest 5 children. He will reap what he sow. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Ooh wee. Mm-mm. I wouldn't even like if I was a dude and I got with a new chick and she had kids and shit like that. I wouldn't even adopt her new kids unless my original children were cool with it. Because I want it to be a real family atmosphere. All that divide and conquer shit, it don't get you nowhere. That's mean. That's mean. Oh my God. That's fucked up. Wow. It's not cute. It's not cute. That's not cute. That shit's sad. You know. Mm. That just made me mad. It upset. That's fucked up. Yeah. But I'm gonna pray for his entire family. His ex-wife, his original children, his new wife, his new children. Cause some gotta give. There has to be something better. There has to be something better. You just don't treat people like that. You don't nah man. Mm-mm. Nah. You don't treat people like that. That shit is not cool. But you know what? We don't know what goes on inside of his brain. He might be battling every day, but he don't do what's right. And for that's his undertaking. But as good human beings, you know, we gotta pray for him. Now, like I told y'all, I'm not praying for no Diddy shit, cause he done did too much. He done did it too much. Um, but I'm hoping that him and his family could come together. Like seriously, somebody gotta be an adult about this shit. You know? Somebody gotta be an adult. That's just wild. Fuck. Your child gone. And you just what? Just get up tomorrow morning and eat some eggs and watch Sports Center like that shit. Man, I'd be all sorts of fucked up. I'd be hurt. This is his time to, you know what your son died from. This is your time to get out here and tell other young men about going to get checked out. You could take this so negative thing and turn it into a positive. Not only save what you have left for your first children's relationship, you could help somebody. Oh, oh, that just made me so mad. That just really, really upset me. Because it's petty. These your kids. Your children didn't ask to come into this world. They here. And they not always going to do everything we want them to do and how we want them to do it. But our only job is to love them. We can be upset, but we still have to guide them even as young adults. Can't no dick come in between me and my children. Period. The fuck? Mm-mm. Nah. But I am going to pray for him and his children and his ex-wife. And I'm pray for his current wife that they come to some sort of resolution because that shit's too much. It really is. It's too much. It's too much. Sad. It's sad. And then he wonder why people don't want to book him for shows. Because people don't like that. Hey, Genesis. Hi, little sister. How are you, sweetie? Hey, little sister, what have you done? How you doing, girly girl? You all know what? I'm going to tell you what something. DJ Genesis. She's a very sweet woman. She really is. Thank you. She's a really sweet woman. And she's very masterful with how she works with things. And I will always encourage her to stay fabulous, stay focused, and keep being the bad bitch you are. I fuck with Genesis. I do. I do. Because she know I would keep my foot on her neck to always glow. I think a lot of people look at Miss Genesis like she's some sort of airhead. She not. She not. This woman done made it a long way. And she fight for the things that she need to fight for. Hmm. I like me some Genesis. She all right with me. She got a good heart. OG Patrice, good heart. You know, these are people that, I know whose hearts are good. And guess what? Everybody ain't perfect. People gonna make mistakes. Let people make mistakes. It's not for us to judge them on the mistakes that they make in life. It's our job to uplift them. You keep rocking, Genesis. For real, for real. Ashe, thank you. I don't be saying all that Ashe stuff because I don't even know what it means. I be hearing people say it all the time. I'm like, what that mean? But yeah, I hope everything is going well with the babies. I hope everything is going well with you. Which I'm drinking vodka, my vodka, because I do my Friday night and I do my Sunday night. But since I have to be with my mama later on today, I'm getting my cocktail on because I can't drink later on today because I got to be with my mother. Not no drinking Saturday. It's Friday and Sunday. Those my days. to the word you just said. Okay, okay. Yes, I'm getting my little sippity sip in tonight because, like I said, I gotta go, be with my mom tomorrow. I'm gonna go over there, do my laundry, and sit with her because my sister's going to the Kendrick Lamar concert. So I ain't gonna be tipsy around my mom. So it is what it is. I went from drinking every day, literally, to 2 days. Ugh. And that's all right with me, honey. Oh, Lord. Premenopausal. Oh, if I drop the link, Genesis, will you come up? I understand, baby. That menopause shit ain't shit. But okay, I think I did it. Now, Genesis, I'm gonna be trying to give you some things that you can do to sleep. Now I sleep late every day. Hold on. Okay, Genesis, I see you. Hello.
Hey sis, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I would be cammed up, but my daughter got my
Girl,
camera.
sweetie, you ain't gotta explain all.
But
Okay.
yeah, I've been going through the perimenopause, so it's either so every other night I like after I'm like up for like hours on end, I'll finally like sleep regular hours, and then I'm like sweating in
I
my
know,
sleep, and it wakes you up out of your sleep. You think bugs are crawling on you. It's your sweat
I know.
rolling
And you
down your
only
leg.
sweat from right here up.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know if you follow Holly Berry on Instagram, but follow her. She has a group. It's like a menopause women's group thing, and they have great things. Um, this shit is not going to be easy for you. Um, it's just another thing with us being women. What helps me is I have one of those like Stanley cups. I keep it filled with nice cold water. I have a fan that I have directly blowing on me, and Evian spray water. It's in a cylinder. You can mist yourself, and it just helps.
Yeah,
And
and
also,
that's
there's
crazy how
something
you
called
feel so hot
Estrovent.
all the time. Like hot. Man, my friend came into my house. He was like, "It's freezing in here." I'm like, "Bro, it's hot. I'm hot." You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm
there's
still
something,
hot.
and this is over the counter because what works for me might not work for you, but it's called Estrovent. It's just a pill. You take it. It's like
Extra vent.
Estrovent. I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you. It helps with the hot flashes.
Extra vent. Okay.
But the shit's weird. It don't feel good. But what can we do? We
Man,
gotta we have to battle it as women, like we battle everything else. We battle cramps. We childbirth.
yeah,
And now we're at the end of I've been at the end of my baby making phase of life. But there are things you can do. You know what I mean? But take your vitamin. Like find out, you have insurance. Go, find out what vitamins you need to be taking. I just take a multivitamin because our hormones are changing. You know what I mean? When you were in utero in your mother's stomach and God said, this is going to be a girl, you came into the world with ovaries and all your eggs in your ovaries. And they just sat there until you got to your womanhood. And then every month. And now they're gone. That was a hormone regulator. You know, some women get hormone replacement therapy. I'm not very comfortable with that because I heard it can lead to certain, cancers, and I don't want to deal with that. So I just thug it out. I sweat, I take showers. If you are a person who has hair in certain lady places, go get it waxed. It actually helps.
Right. On your chin. Looking like a girl.
Girl, chin, your cooter area, underarms, the less
Right.
hair you have, the easier the easier it is. It's just a weird time.
Let me tell you something crazy that just happened to me this past like.
Wait,
I
wait. What are you on? Because you just sound super duper far away.
oh, I'm on my microphone, but I'm like, so let me turn it up. Let me see. Is it a little bit louder now?
No,
Let me try the settings. Audio, mic. Okay, maybe if I talk louder, does that help it?
hold on. Let me see.
I know
Now I
yours
can't.
when you talk. When you talk, it's like breaking up a little bit. Like every like word is like kind of
Is
like
it?
yeah, it's like making like a sound, like a staticky sound.
Okay, how about now? Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. All right. Maybe because I have my little earphone thing. Let me move this. But you kind of sound far away, but it's all good. Now, what's
Mhm.
going on?
Man, listen, and I hate to talk about this online, but I
No, other women need to hear about this.
listen, because what's happening is that I used to have very heavy situations, like to where
Me too.
I thought
Me
I was
too.
gonna have to have like a blood transfusion, you know?
Oh, wait.
And
Patrice says you're loud and clear on her TV. Hold on. Let me
but
go out
you're
and
like
come back in.
yours is breaking it like a. It sounds
Okay,
like
let me go out and
yeah.
come back in. Let me go out and
Okay,
come back in.
all right.
Wait a minute. Okay.
But I want to show her this video of "We Do Not Care" because I was like, man, I'm so feeling this. We do not care. I want to show her. We do not care. Club menopause. Listen, it's called "We Do Not Care." So I'm loud. Okay, but yeah, like so, I'm gonna wait for her to come back. But man, I went through the worst pain I ever been through. These like 2 days ago.
Hello?
Yep. Now you sound better. Talk a little more.
Hello?
Yep, that's much better. Yeah, it was like staticky. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? Hello?
Now I can't hear you at all.
I don't know.
Genesis, drop down and come back. I'll redrop the link
Okay.
if you can hear me because I can't hear you at all.
Okay, I'll
Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me just clear some shit out and make sure I'm okay. Okay. Let me redo this. I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh shit.
I'm here.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear
Why
me?
am I not hearing Genesis?
It has to be your. It
This
has
is making me mad now. You hear both of us, but I don't hear her.
it has to be something a setting on your thing.
Y'all know technology upsets me. Let me just go
Um,
in here. Let me go to my settings, audio.
hello, check 1, check 2, check 1, 2, checkity, check. Mm.
Oh, this is making me so mad.
Hello,
Y'all know I'm
hello.
real quick to throw my phone.
Hey,
Hey,
Truth
Truth.
Hurt, what's up? You could like see my
Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time, Genesis, because I'm getting upset.
I think it might be your audio.
Okay. I can't hear anything Genesis is saying. My Bluetooth ain't on. Tap to return to StreamYard.
Hello? Hello. Okay. Well, hey, Truth Hurts, how's it going? I don't know what's going on with her phone. I was gonna try to show her the this video and have her share play it because it's gonna be really funny about the We Do Not Care menopause group. It's hilarious. The group. Can you hear me?
And Genesis just talking, and I cannot hear her at all.
You can't hear me? Oh man. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Oh
I'm
my God.
can't hear
I'm
me.
so mad right now
What would it be that would make
because I can't
you?
hear anything Genesis is saying. My
Why would?
volume is up and everything. Let me just double check. Oh, I can
Hello.
hear you now. Oh my
Oh,
God. What happened?
I don't know. Probably when you went back and came back in, it probably like had to reset. That's all.
Oh, that just made me so mad.
It's okay, child. Well, listen. But no, what I was saying is that like, listen, the other day, because I think I'm in my like last days of the whole. I think it's like going like dwindling out of my auntie that my auntie, you know, Velvet
Okay.
that comes
Right.
through every month, and so it was so painful. I sat in bed all day long because there was something trying to pass through that felt like I was having a baby. And all I could do was lay in my bed and cry. And I said, man, but then because I'm used to having like 8-day periods, okay? Not to talk about period like that.
No,
8 days
it's okay because
bleeding,
I
bleeding,
did a solid 7. I was a solid 7.
heavy, like I mean. So once this whole thing happened, it the next day it was like lesser and lesser. I said, oh, thank God, But oh my God, what the hell was that? So I have been over here like, you know what? I didn't think I was, but I think I
Oh, look
am
what
very
Patrice said. Look what Patrice said.
a gallstone passing. Really?
Yes. Let me go get my charger. Keep talking.
It felt like I was having a child, honey. It was all day. I didn't even get to. I was supposed to like get up and do something. And I hate the. I'm the most productive person. I'm used to getting up at 5 a.m. doing this, doing that, honey. I was in bed all day, and this pain radiated from my center all the way down, and then on top of that, it was like my whole bottom half was sweating. Like my whole abdomen was sweating like bullets. And I'm like, what is going on? And so I couldn't get out of bed. I just had to lay there. And then eventually, whatever happened, I got in the tub and it came out. But it was whatever it was enormous. And
Okay, so I was hearing you while I was walking to go get my charger. Okay. So I'm going to be very honest with you, baby.
mhm,
There's a thing, it's called the big bleed.
okay,
The big bleed happens, and that is the last one you have. I had my big bleed. I was perimenopausal, and then I had the big bleed, and then it never happened after that. And I went to my, my primary care. She also does my lady parts. And they did my blood test, and my blood test said I was perimenopausal. So I was just
mhm.
like, what does that mean? She goes, well, you probably might not have another period. And that last one I had, it's been done. Like it's done. And the thing about the done is the hot flashes. I really don't have mood swings. I'm not one of those menopausal women, but I am. My patience is very short. Um, you just
Yeah,
have to get acclimated with the same body with less hormones.
man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how crazy it's been. Like I think I was grabbing something and something fell on the floor. When I was trying to grab one thing, I don't know why I'm just super clumsy. Grab something, something else falls onto the floor. And I just got so irritated. I just slammed everything. I just swooped everything that was on that whole counter onto the ground. My daughter was screaming because she
Yeah,
was
but
like,
you can't.
"Ah."
But baby, menopause is you. It's not them. So the thing about, like, if you were going through in your perimenopausal, I am in full blown menopause and I'm happy with it. But you have younger children, and you have to figure out coping mechanisms when you feel that, and I know what it is.
That surge
Yeah, because
of rage that
it
shoots through
starts,
you.
and then you just be like, but you can't do that
Yeah,
because you don't want to scare the children.
too
When
late.
you see, and you did some Lifetime movie shit. You're not a white woman. I'm gonna need you to chill out, because they'll be like, oh my god, no, calm down, okay? I'm gonna need you
Forget
to
you.
take it down.
I forget you, bro. Like, I was like,
No,
no,
I
I
mean,
really like,
no,
I
you
was
could
really.
you could just
I
say
had a
fuck you.
moment. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
fuck
no,
you.
no, no, don't, no, not forget you. Just say
I was
fuck
having a
you.
moment. I
Just,
was
just
having
say,
a
just,
moment.
just say fuck you. But you can't do that because you have, you have to. I don't know if you need to go buy a third house, but I'm just putting it out here. Maybe you need a third house with a pool. That way,
Yeah,
when you feel like that, just run and jump in that motherfucker
yeah.
because this is personal to you. And you can't take, it's women out here in the world, and they be like, oh, my mama mean. She was so nice. She's in menopause, you know.
Right.
And another thing with menopause is you get clumsy.
Yes. See, no one
You're,
tells. There's no. Listen, I don't have elders to tell me what to expect, so I'm just going through it, and I'm forgetting stuff.
my mother never spoke to me about menopause because my mother was one of those menopause people. She had it, nothing happened. She didn't have hot flashes. She had none of that shit. So there was nothing to ever share. But, in this day and age with social media and things like that, you have to look to other women to kind of guide you through because menopause can last up to 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
Not the perimenopause. the actual real deal Holyfield. It can last.
And it's gonna get
You know.
worse. It's gonna be worse
No,
than
no, you don't know. You don't know. But that's why you have to
that.
consult.
Yeah, short term memory loss. Like okay, I'm
Oh, yes,
walking to a
Patrice,
room. Okay,
yes,
what was I
yes,
walking in
yes.
here about to do? And you'll walk into the room like what? And I'm like, I feel like I'm losing
Man,
my
like,
mind.
no, seriously, I told my husband, I was like, I'm gonna get tested to see if I have like Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah,
He was
that's what
like,
I thought.
because he was like, why are you saying this? And I'm like, because I literally forgot what I wanted to say to you. It's hormonal. And the sleepiness, sweetie, that's gonna happen. But you can always talk to your doctor about seeing a sleep specialist because they have sleep specialists who help women with menopause. Girl, you can get some Ambien, but baby, with the Ambien, you gotta get 9 hours of sleep. When your kids go to sleep, when you putting them down,
You
you
gotta
make sure when you already done took that pill. By the time they down and you know you peek in their room, they sleep, that pill gonna hit you. You can get a good night's sleep. Menopause is crazy because and perimenopause symptoms are crazy because like it's 3:13 in Chicago. I'm not sleepy at all.
wide awake, honey. I can run around this whole block, bro.
Exactly. So
You can
you're
call you
not
bro, but I'm
sleepy.
just saying, like,
No,
just
baby, please don't do that. You're not sleepy. I'm not sleepy. But see, you got small kids.
and I can like stay up and be up all day tomorrow, and then I will just crash.
Girl, but see, I'm 54. I'm a little bit older than you. So when I get off of here, I'm gonna brush my teeth, wash my face. I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna take a sleeping pill on top of this little bit of vodka, and I will sleep until about
On top of the
11.
vodka, on top of the vodka, goddamn.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold it down, Genesis, please.
Wait. I won't wait before you go to the bathroom with the
No, I gotta pee now, Genesis.
okay,
Damn.
go. Yeah, you gotta pee. Yep.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Gotta pee. All that stuff, man. It sucks. And trust me, I was like, look, no, listen. I want to just explain that whole moment, right? So I was grabbing something off of a dresser in my room. I was grabbing one thing and something else fell. And the thing I was grabbing, honey, I just slammed that thing onto the ground. It was my damn. I looked at it and I was like, it was my lens to the camera. And lenses cost like $135. So I like crashed out that hard. I just slammed the lens onto the ground. I'm like, what am I? And then my daughter was like, ah! She's real sensitive. My youngest is like, she's like the baby. And so she's like, and I was like, I'm sorry, child. I had to like give her a hug and like comfort her because, honey, just something came over me, and I was just like, God damn it, because I was like, I'm trying to grab this, and all this other shit is falling to the ground. I'm trying to grab one thing, and I don't understand why my coordination. I'm used to being so on point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to like being on point about stuff. I'm one of those people that like watch a bunch of like movies about like getting up early, all those like crush it, Tony whatever Robbins, and I'm like one of those people like Miracle Morning type of watching video, Napoleon Hill, gotta get up, and you have to crush your day, get your day started before everybody else does, and then move. And so now I'm like, I'm so used to like trying to crush it and trying to be so efficient and like this way that now I'm not crushing it. And I feel, and I think it's a certain level of like frustration I feel because I'm like just laying in the bed all day. And now I feel like I'm not efficient. I'm feeling like lack of motivation and all this other stuff. So I had to like, I'm like, okay, even when it came down to even doing my podcast, I like listen, I'm like an overachiever, so when you go from overachiever to what people would consider be either mediocre or underachieving, like it's very hard to transition to not have the energy to be an overachiever. So I'm like that's what people don't realize about me is that, you hear about me on these different podcasts about all this bull stuff, but people don't even realize that in my real life,
You have a
you
lot
know,
going on.
I'm a software engineer. I work for all these major corporations. I'm used to being like nothing but like crushing it. Get up in the morning,
Back.
5 o'clock in the morning, get up before everybody else does. You know, I have a whiteboard. I have my vision board. I have all this stuff. All this bullshit. That I've watched.
Stop. Genesis. Stop saying it's bullshit. That's number one. Number two, you have a lot going on, but you're a woman. And unlike men, they don't go through the things we have to go through. Not only are you're a woman, you're a black woman. So that makes you stronger. Because black women build different. This menopause thing, baby, I do want you to follow Holly Berry. She's working with some really fabulous women that can help through this menopause. And it's helped me, because I be wanting to choke people.
Child.
I want to curse people out. I want to say mean things. But what is that going to do? It's not going to help. But what I do really want you to do is when you having one of those moments and you're around the kids and you feel walk off. Menopause ain't no joke. People, people laugh about it and shit like that, but it's not funny. But it's just a part of life. It's a part of life that men don't go through, and not all women have hot flashes and shit like that. It's different, and it's different for every woman. But as a woman, we should support one another with this change of life because that's some major shit to go from being a little girl, having a period, being able to have children, having children, and then you just can't have no children anymore. Your skin changes. And this is what people don't talk about. Your skin
Hair
changes.
falling out and stuff.
Your hair falls out. You get some wiry hairs on your coochie. And those gray hairs on your pussy, those motherfuckers strong and sturdy. They like wire. You can't sleep. You sweat.
The beard.
Now I get a hair to grow right here, right this one, and I pull
Long,
that bitch out.
real long.
No, I let that motherfucker grow out real good so I can get my tweezers, and I be like, I yank that bitch out. But it's a magical time. But you have to rely on women who are like minded, and I'm just letting you know if you're having a moment, you have my home number. You can call me. We can talk about it. You can complain. Because it gets easier every day. You just have to learn to manage your perimenopause because you ain't in full blown menopause, baby. You have to learn to deal with the peri to go into the menopause.
Lord.
Yeah.
And let me show you this. Listen, I want to play this video. I'm not sure you have to put it on the thing. I want the screen.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
Look, take your mouse and roll over the video on the bottom and just put.
No, I'm on my phone.
Oh, you're on the phone. Okay, so let me see on the phone.
Ooh,
you'll see a video.
Patrice said you're gonna cry to drop a tear. Yes.
Oh, honey, I try. Man, listen, that's already been
Yo, those commercials, those animal commercials where Sarah McLachlan in the arms of an angel. All these dogs, look at them. They need homes. Look at them. They're so sad. They're hungry. They're cold. I be laying in my bed at 3:00 in the morning like, I need to adopt.
I was at my daughter's little 7 because I got young kids. I got like a 7-year-old, and I went over to the to the class, like the final like 7, little show thing they had. And honey, I was over there just bawling, crying, and I was trying to pretend
Always
like my eyes are just burning, trying to pretend like I wasn't crying, but honey, I was in
okay.
tears the whole
Keep
time.
keep one of those little compact tissues, but also get you this shit called Lumify. Um, I will send you a picture. Matter of fact, I'll go in my room and get it. And everyone needs to get it. Because it keeps the white part of your eyes very, very white. It's really weird. But I I put it in if I need to look refreshed. These are things menopausal women need to have. Perimenopausal, menopausal, Evian spray water. It comes in a little can. You can get it at Ulta, Sephora, Amazon. You spray it, it just gives you a nice little mist. Or you can keep the witch hazel mist in your bag, tissues, and I know it's gonna sound crazy. This I use this stuff. It's called Lumi. It's an all over body.
Deodorant, yeah.
Yeah, for your lady regions, not your underarms.
So do
Lady regions.
smells smell funny to you too? Like I could smell everything.
It did at the beginning of my menopause, which was my perimenopause, but then that will subside. But you have to during menopause and perimenopause, you have to deal with your emotions because you know from day to day, I feel like I potentially might kill someone, but I can't.
Oh, trust me,
You
listen.
know, and I've learned my triggers. Um, I learned what I will deal with and what I won't deal with. I don't, I've never been no big arguing person, because this is a different time in your life, but you can't be you can't be, lifetime and movie and knocking everything off your counters because the kids looking at you like, what
Watch
is
your
wrong
trip.
with her?
Yeah,
Right. And you
I have
you
no
have
idea.
to, right. Okay, Patrice said, and it can change your
I just kind of had a
pH.
flash. It wasn't like I don't think I couldn't have controlled that because it just happened in a flash, and I didn't even know what was going on.
Girl,
Didn't know what I was really going through
but that's
mentally.
not but that's not those babies' problem.
Right.
It's not. And those like it's new now for you. The first time I ever had a hot flash, I was in Costco with my husband. It was wintertime. I had on my big North Face coat. That motherfucker, I think I had a wife beater on underneath it. Nothing else. Wife beater, sweatpants, and some boots. Girl, that first hot flash hit me and I felt dizzy. I said, wait a minute, Jay, something's going wrong. I was like, I'm getting real hot. And we happened to be in the freezer section. And I opened the freezer. I took my coat off. I threw my coat in the basket and I was just standing I literally was standing there and I was moving the door back. And this old black woman looked at me. She stopped her car. I was like, oh, oh. And that cool air just feels so good. And then I was like, okay, my husband's like, are you okay? And she told my husband, she gonna be okay. She getting ready to go through menopause. She was like, you gonna be okay. I'm telling you, drinking water, um, misting yourself with water is your friend and it keeps your skin looking good. Just don't sweat. Just don't sweat and wipe it off. Miss yourself like a the beautiful plant that you are. Cause this shit ain't easy. I
Man,
sleep with a fan
let me
blowing
tell
on
you some a crazy story. So
me.
my daughter had a zoo trip going down to the Dallas Zoo, and it was like 90 degrees that day, and I walked from my car to the front of the zoo. And honey, I said, you know what? I gotta go back. I almost had a heat stroke because the combination of the heat of the sun and then the heat within my body, it was. I started.
Look,
I started.
Genesis, I don't
I
know
was.
what type of clothes you wear. And I'm not telling you to put
I
on
wear.
no
I wear
motherfucker.
dresses. I wear all like dresses, like really like.
Okay, baby, you need to start wearing some Nothing tight, but maybe something a little bit. I mean, I just kind of feel like you strike me as like a long dress wearing motherfucker.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
no,
dress long dress.
no, look. I don't know what your religion is, baby, but God's still gonna love you. You gonna have to wear something to let your ankles and your calves breathe. You gotta wear some flowy shit, let some air get to your pussy. Don't wear no panties either. Don't be wearing no drawers. The less you have on, the better you feel during menopause.
Yeah.
I promise you, honey, you gotta let everything breathe. I promise you. You do, you
Yep.
know, and I'm not gonna lie to you, and I know you have hair underneath those wraps. Girl, stop wearing those hair wraps. I know you do it for religious purposes, baby, but you gotta let that hair out. You gotta let that scalp
Yeah,
breathe.
I did have a head wrap on that day, and
Yeah,
trust me,
you can't be doing that.
I
You gotta
almost
do.
had a heat stroke. Almost had a heat stroke.
Okay, well, we don't need you having because you can die from a heat stroke. Um, you gotta, you know, take the hair wrap off. You gotta let your shit breathe. This you just now going through it. I went through it. That's why I can keep my bonnet on. Girl, at the beginning of my perimenopausal, girl, I used to just have sweat. I don't have that no more. The sweat is subsiding slowly. But you ain't gotta struggle, baby. You down in Texas, it be hot and shit. Don't
Yeah,
do that. Don't be
I
wearing
didn't
no
know that you could
drawers.
die. I did not know that you could die from a heat stroke. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can. Don't be wearing all those big ass turbans and hair wraps on your motherfucking head. Let your hair breathe. You ain't no bald head, bitch. So just wash and go.
I was kind of ashamed at how like gray my hair had gotten. I was like
Ooh,
so.
girl, that's why God created Clairol. Okay? Cutting my hair. Okay, this is what Patrice said. Cutting my hair was one of the best things for me. I can't with the weave and wigs
Oh,
anymore.
oh no,
I
not no
can't
way.
stand hair on my face and neck. Okay, Patrice is trans. She went up here. She um not transgendered, not transgression. She
Transmuted. She
trans
transmuted.
she transmuted to the short hair. I haven't reached that plateau of my life where I can just not wear weave. I'm gonna get there. I'm just not there now.
I
But
can't wear a
see,
weave because that weave take out my hair.
okay, but you be wearing those motherfucking hair wraps, B. Let that shit go. Let your shit be. It's gonna help your perimenopause shit. You just can't be wearing that shit. I don't know everything about your religion. I know you have your Baba Lao, but you have to talk to your Baba Lao and let him know.
No, no,
Look,
no. I'm past the Babalawo. See, you start off with the Babalawo, and then you begin to become a priest yourself,
okay,
and you
so
don't no
since
longer
you're a
need.
priest yourself, girl, priest without a wig. I mean, without a hair wrap. Let your hair breathe. I'm telling you. And you have who cares about your gray hair? That's your wisdom. Your scalp has to breathe, Genesis. Yes, thank you, Patrice. Girl, you can get up, stop putting those hair wraps on, live your best nappy happy. I don't know what your hair look like, girl. Get up, wash it, and let it go. But let your
I got a big old afro. It's like a big old afro, but it's just
then
gray.
let then who cares? Then if you don't want it to be gray, go color it.
Well, I'm not allowed to color my hair. That's the one thing I can't do. So
Then use henna. That's part of your shit. So don't go there.
I can do henna. Yeah, I can do henna. I just can't put like chemicals. So
Okay, then do some henna. But your gray is part of who you are. Like, I don't have a lot of gray in my hair, but when I finally the part of my hair weave, I'm just gonna let my little gray, wiry hairs. Cause I look at my mother's gray hair and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna gray like that. And I'm cool with that. But I'm still on some.
That gray hair is not even normal hair. It's like it sucks.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
wiry. It's
yeah.
but you
When
have
I
to
feel
learn
my
it.
hair, being soft. It's like, ugh.
But there's conditioners that you can use, and I think using henna will soften it. That henna, because it's natural and it will soften your gray hair. But you can't be wearing those hair wraps, man. We not over in the Middle East, okay? We right here in the good old U.S. of A. And if your ass don't want to have no motherfucking heat stroke, stop wearing all those goddamn clothes. I'm not saying you got to run around here half naked like my ass will do, because I will do it. Unwrap your head. Let your hair breathe. Otherwise, your ass gonna be out here like this.
Honey,
Well,
I almost was, and I listen. Got into the car and puked and everything. It was bad. I was like, oh my god, and I had to like make it back
yes.
home and go lay
Stop
down.
wearing all these fucking hair wraps. Let your motherfucking head breathe. This is a really sacred time in womanhood. This is a trans
Transition.
transition. This is your transition, and you can't have your hair wrapped up because those hot flashes hit from right here up. They don't hit your legs, and they hit like your shoulder area, like right here, your neck. Girl,
Here's another. Do you ever experience like this shoulder pain in your shoulder, like real bad in the back of your shoulder? Like I be
yes,
having the back of
yes.
my
And I
shoulder.
thought I was having a heart attack,
Yep.
and I went to the hospital, and I was not having a heart attack. It's hormonal, but you have to work with the hormones in your body, and you have to stop. You know, like I'm not trying to be funny, but you don't live over in the Middle East. You know, if you was born over there, that shit's like actually in your DNA. You gotta get loose, baby. Genesis sounds like she's having night sweats. She is having night sweats, but Genesis, you gotta unwrap. Wear your natural afro hair. Let the air blow in it. That would help with those hot flashes. And I'm gonna send you the Estrovent. I'm just gonna take a picture and send it to you. You can get it at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, whatever your drugstore down there is. And it actually helps. But you have to help yourself within this menopause journey. Wear loose fitting clothes. You
Oh no,
know,
that's what I wear. I wear like like not the muumuu caftans. I wear caftan.
yeah, but like wear them, but don't wrap your head up. If you cover from here down there, you gotta let some air come in that motherfucker, man.
Right. Yeah. So I do it as a caftan, but with the head wrap on to match the caftan. So that is like where I look.
Right. And you not a bald head bitch, so just like let that afro flow. Let some air get to that motherfucker. Cause that's what's probably be making you angry. You in the house and the kids moving around and just bills and everything, and you got that fucking head wrap on. That shit compressing your head and your thoughts. Girl, get that shit off your motherfucking head. Get that shit off your motherfucking head. Let your scalp breathe. You know, and I'm talking shit, but I got my
Right. You got your head wrap on though.
yeah, but that's because I smoke cigarettes. And I don't want my weave to smell like smoke. So, but you got that natural hair. Like when I get to my natural hair moment in my life, I'm just not there. But I'm also almost done with all this shit, with this menopause shit. You know, my hot flashes is less and less and less. But you gotta get there. But you're not gonna get there wearing a whole bunch of clothes being from America. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I
You're
do.
not gonna
The caftans are very comfortable. They're almost like a muumuu, but it's like a more
Yeah, I
style.
know what they are. I got a few of them. But just
But
don't wear no panties.
it can get hot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but don't wear no panties with them.
right.
Because, girl, if you don't let your pussy breathe, you're going to die. Your pussy in your head. You got to you can't have nothing on your head. Like, if you was born in the Middle East and you stayed over there for 25 years, I'd be like, oh, it's just naturally in her. That ain't you. You down in Texas, girl, you got to let it breathe. Let your scalp breathe, and you got to let your pussy breathe. Stop wearing drawers.
Well, you know what? I got like I have to like, sometimes because of my cycle be so heavy, so I have to.
When your cycle happens, yeah, wear drawers. But when your cycle ain't happening, don't wear no drawers and go get your pussy waxed.
I've never done that before. I gotta like go and find a place to get it done at.
It's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh no, it's great. I just went and got my shit done today. But I get my underarms and I get a Brazilian wax. Girl, let me tell you something. It's gonna hurt. But it
Mm.
ain't like something that's gonna
Hey,
be like,
I listen. The pain I be going through anyway. I'm like, okay.
right. Girl, when you get it done, like before you go, you take a good shower and then you go get it done. You come home and you re-shower. You gonna call me up and be like, bitch, I hate you. And I love you at the same time. Cause it feels different. Like when that hair just ripped out, girl, I feel so nice and cool right now. I'm showered. I cooked earlier. It just feels different. Girl, let them rip you out from the front to the back.
See, I was doing like the nair, and that was burning.
Nah, girl.
It was burning the
They
hell out of
put that little wax in those little papers and 5 minutes. You're done. And
me. Yeah.
then, if you have a good waxer, they'll tell you like you exfoliate your underarms with the salt scrub and exfoliate your lady area. Girl, please. Right now, I just feel like my pussy is whistling. I'm going through my menopause with my freshly waxed
Hoo-ha.
lady. Girl, please. You got to do it. You got to try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Right. And Patrice said the humidity in
honey,
Texas.
it's not just humid. It's a mess. It's like, dude, it's the
That's
sun.
why you gotta,
Like, hey,
girl,
I'm the sun, and I'm
you gotta go. You gotta go get waxed. The less hair on you, look, I shave my
honey.
arms, I shave my legs. Like I try to, it helps. It helps with menopause. I'm just
Have you ever
trying to,
had like the feel like that whole weird like feel like things are crawling on you type of feeling?
yeah, that's the hot flash thing.
Oh my god, that drives me insane. You know, you look and you ain't nothing on you, and you're like, what the hell am I looking
Yeah,
at?
but it only happens when you have hair on your body.
Mm.
If you get your lady regions, your underarms. That's all you need. Lady region, underarms. Let them do that. And then you just take a nice razor, shaver and shave your arms, your legs, and this area because you have these fine hairs in this area. And you
Yeah,
shave it all
I
off.
don't be feeling stuff in that area. I feel it in my lower arms all the time. Like,
Shave the hairs off. I'm telling you, you have to shave that shit. Menopause ain't no joke. Men don't even have to deal with this. Men go buy new cars and fuck young bitches. Um, we sweat. Go get all that hair ripped off of your underarms, your coochies shaved. Get that damn turban off your head. Let your scalp breathe. And just live your best life. But don't be, when you feel something coming on, girl, you got my home number. Call me. I'm gonna talk you through it. But the kids don't need to see that shit. That shit personal. That shit grown woman. That's not those kids' problems. That your reproductive organs is shutting down. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
But you have to rely on your lady friends. Open lady friends who are willing to say, hey, calm the fuck down. Go take a shower. And when people be like, oh, drink some tea and all that, girl, drink you some coffee, have you one of your beers, but it gotta be real. But if you drink it when you are zen, when you have daughters, one day they're gonna go through menopause. And you have to be able to tell them your journey. But just tell them the right way. But you can't there, you know, getting upset. Upset when I forget it happened.
Your phone is
And
breaking up again.
how am I how am I now?
Keep talking.
How am I now?
That's good. Yep.
That memory shit is real. You forget shit. Like me and my husband were talking the other day. I was like, I was gonna tell you something. I was like, I forgot. It's just menopause. It's just menopause. But within that menopause, get checked out to see if you have any memory loss and stuff like that. Like long term memory loss, like all Alzheimer's or some sort of dementia. Get that shit checked out. Our hormones
Oh,
are
honey,
changing.
I stays at the hospital like every little thing. I'm like a hypochondriac, but they tired of my ass. They're like, "What the hell?" I'm like, if my arm twitched too hard, I'm like, "Okay, what's going on? My arm is twitching," and they tired of me. They're like, "Okay, ain't nothing wrong with your arm."
I am going to send you some things that I want you to look into to help you. I'm 54. I started my menopause journey at like 50. And, other than the hot flashes, you know, and my edges, I lost my edges. I was like, damn, maybe I should go to hair club for me. And then I was just like, fuck that.
Man, my daughter was like brushing my hair, and it was clumps coming out, and I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god!"
they come out in clumps.
It was like, "Oh my god!" It was it was terrible. And you know what?
Girl, hold on. Here you go. Say, it's your Auntie Genesis. What's wrong, honey? Come here. Say hi to Genesis. Say hello.
Hey, kitty, kitty.
Say hi. Oh my God. Say hi. Okay. She's just gonna sit right here. But it's gonna happen. But you don't want, this is why I say when you talk to your gynecologist, you know, you- what, honey? You have to let your gynecologist know, and he or she should know that you're going through perimenopause. Yeah.
Yeah, at first I thought it was the fibroids because I have one fibroid that's like an inch uh big inside my uteri, and so
Let me tell you
I thought,
something. that's going to shrink. Fibroids need hormones to feed off of. And once your body is going through menopause, that is a depletion of the hormones. So the fibroids should shrink.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's a
Right.
feeder. That's a hormone. You know, I had a fibroid that was on the outside of my uterus. And they don't know where that motherfucker is now.
Wow. Okay.
You know, hormone levels change everything in your body. You know, women, all women, any color, we are the most complex species on the earth. Any mammal woman is a complex creature. We can carry light. We can create milk. You know, our whole saga is interesting. It's interesting, it's profound, it's beautiful. But then we reach a point in our lives that only thing we can do is guide the next generation. You're coming to your guiding the next generation, your daughters, your granddaughters, grandsons. It's how you handle menopause. You have to handle it with grace. And you're gonna sweat. You might get musty 2, 3 hours after taking a shower. You know,
Right. And listen, are you like addicted to ice like I am? I mean, I
no, I'm not addicted to ice. What I need cold water.
yeah, I tears up so
Because I'm
I
and
found out
stop.
where all the ice is at, and I just drink ice, like just eat ice when I'm thirsty. And
No, you eating ice is an iron deficiency. That did you eat ice like that before?
once you know what? Actually, after I had my, so I think what threw me into menopause is that I got my tubes tied with my last child,
No, no.
and then
My
I started
tubes,
eating.
baby, my tube. Maddie is 21 years old. My tubes have been tied for 21 years. They don't throw you into anything. It's just tied.
Mhm.
Your hormones have to do with your pituitary gland and hitting your ovaries and all that shit. You know, once the signal comes here, it goes down there. That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
This shit I just found out.
yeah, you know, a lot of that shit, the pituitary gland, which is it's somewhere in your head. I don't know where it is. It's like
But the hell,
maybe
let me just say one thing I will say is that I'm just happy not to have them heavy behind iron depleting periods that like just used to. Because I mean, this I see it going away. You know, I went
but
from like 7 days of just hemorrhaging to
and
3.
it's just gonna slow down and slow down and slow down and slow down. But you have to take vitamins. You know, when the kids are in school, like go do water aerobics. You know, I know you have business and things to take care of, but you have to think outside of that. And you have to take care of yourself. You know, find outlets for yourself. And I'm not being funny, like seriously. Cause you know I'll call you and curse you out. Like find outlets for yourself. You're a mother. You're gonna be a mother forever. But you have to take care of you to take care of others.
Yeah, I have to like get out of that whole like. I'm not gonna lie, like I became like a hermit almost. Like I don't even like to be around people, and I had to like learn how to like get back around them
Don't do that.
and real
Don't do
grouchy.
that.
Like
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, baby. For what? You're only limiting you. Why would you do that? You have your children, you have business things going on, but you have to take time for you.
Well, no, I
And
make sure my kids are good. My kids, I take them to all their little things.
no, baby. I do know that. I know you do that for your children. But you have to take time for you. You have to, when you have personal time, or you know you're going to have personal time, like I said, seriously, go get waxed. Um, Take yourself out for lunch. Get that fucking head wrap off.
You want this head wrap? Okay, I
Yeah,
will take.
because, yeah, wash your hair, go get some henna. Have someone professionally put henna in your hair. You'll be okay.
But yeah, when it comes down to my kids, like my kids are everything. I do everything.
Well, you're a parent and you're gonna do everything, you know. But in the midst of you parenting, you have to take care of you too.
Good
And
night, OG.
this this is a crucial time because you're taking care of them, but you need to take care of yourself also. And perimenopausal menopause is not easy because women, we will put ourselves on the back burner for everyone else. Good night, Patrice. I love you.
I really wish you could play this video because I would love to like let Patrice hear this video before it goes on, before she leaves. But it's funny as hell.
Patrice can hear it. She can
No,
hear it.
no, 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 no. It's a video. I want you to like to bring it up. Like click share
I
this
don't
part.
know how to do all of that. I really don't. I promise you. I don't know how to do none of that shit. I'm
Right, but
lucky. I'm lucky I can even do StreamYard. Thank you, House of the Princess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I was gonna throw my phone out the window right there. But seriously, sweetie, your kids got everything. You paying your bills. Take time out for yourself. If you don't take time out for you, what the fuck?
right, right.
I do want you to go get waxed. It will help with menopause. The less hair, the better you feel. Stop wearing those fucking hair wraps. Let your hair breathe. And just try to get through this. But also follow Holly Berry. I'll send you her link. Um, because she sent it to me. There's ways for women to handle things, and there's a community where you can talk to other women, not just me. You just other women you could talk to. It's really beautiful. You know, um,
Well,
having a,
there's another community called We Do Not Care. Have you seen that one?
mm-mm.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
Well, we do not care. What about menopause?
No, we don't care about a whole bunch of shit. Like we don't give a fuck about this. We don't care about that. We're in this. We're feeling it,
Well,
and we don't
send that
care.
to me. But I care about menopause, and
Well,
most women who
watch this. I just sent it to you. I wish
thank
I wish
you.
we could share it. You could see share it too, or like do you know what? If
I
you
don't
okay,
know how to do that.
well you listen. You gonna learn today. God damn it. Okay, listen. Click on. So I'm showing my screen, right? You see my screen on there. You'll see it. If you like go on there, you'll see it. It's funny
Go
as it.
on what?
Okay. If you hold on, let me see. Okay. All right. So on the bottom you see like all the like little things right there. It should be a thing where you click it, it'll open up.
I'm talking to my girlfriend.
on the bottom, you'll see where if you click it,
Hold on,
it'll
Alex.
show. It'll like
Hold on.
you'll see like that I'm sharing my screen.
No,
And
I don't see that, Genesis.
You don't see it? Oh, what happened to her? Hold on. She's not there.
Genesis is not there.
You don't see it?
No.
What do you see on the bottom? Tell me what you see.
OG Patrice saying good night.
You don't see like a little like some things on the bottom like where you can like see who's there and add people and this, that, the other?
Oh, I did see that, but it said a different. It said something different.
What do you see there? Tell me what you
I'm
see.
not there anymore. But it said something about DJ Genesis, but I thought that was like somebody crazy.
All right, so do you see? Okay, they say DJ Genesis Detroit, and I'm like, yeah. Do you see that? It says DJ
Not
Genesis
yet.
Detroit.
Nope.
Do you see a picture of a black lady, like a image of her?
I don't see it right now. Oops.
Hmm.
Nope.
Okay, so you just took yourself off.
Okay, Genesis. I'm not going to be touching all this shit. Okay, yes. It's a lady. It looks like she has an article or words next to her.
Yeah, that click that one and say bring to the thing, share it to the screen, like show it.
Add the stage.
Yeah, add the stage. Click that. There we go. So that's how you add an image, video to the stage. So let's here we go.
Not Care Club for perimenopause and menopausal ladies. And when I tell you this club has taken off and we have so many members, I want to thank each and every member for joining, and I will be sharing what we do not care about pretty much on a daily basis. This is for normalcy. This is to understand that a lot of us out here are in the same boat and we're just trying to survive. So let's just go on and talk about what we don't care about today. We do not care about chin hair and unshaved legs. Baby has hair, it's gonna grow. If we cut it, we cut it. If we don't, we don't. We don't care if you cold. Don't touch that AC. We don't care what's for dinner. If you hungry, go in there and figure something out. We don't care if we overweight. Listen, everybody can't have no size 2 stomach. That's that. We don't care about paying delivery fees. Please put it at my door. I don't want to talk to nobody. We don't care if you cancel. I'm so sorry that you had to cancel. We ain't want to go no way. We don't care if it's an emergency. Do not call my phone. Send a text. We don't care if the car dirty. Rainy season will be here at some point. We don't care if we just woke up. We still sleepy. We need a nap.
Okay.
And lastly, we don't care if we forget what we talking about. Just start a new conversation. And if we remember what we was talking about, we'll come back to it. See y'all for the next one.
She got a whole like series where she talking about what we don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Hilarious.
How do I take this off?
So,
Huh?
How do I take that off?
I'll just close it. And then we're back.
What?
Welcome to StreamYard.
Hey.
See, listen, you just gotta take the time, learn something new. There you go.
Oh my God.
You taught me how to do my hoo-ha. All right, that's how you share a screen.
Look at this cat. What do you want?
But wasn't that funny? Listen, we don't care. We do not care. There's a
No,
we do not.
I really don't. But Genesis, I'm going to send you some stuff. And I really don't have anything to do later on today, but I'm going to call you. I would like to talk to you because I want to encourage you for everything that's great. And I want you to go get waxed.
I'm gonna go get waxed. I don't know where. I'm gonna find a place.
No, right I'll talk to you tomorrow now, and it's not gonna be no outrageous like today. everything for me was $78.
See, I ain't got no
Oh,
78.
wait a minute, girl. The police coming up my street.
I don't have
Hold
78.
on, hold on. Wait, the police coming up my street. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Honey, I ain't got $78 to get no damn wax. The hell? I'm struggling. I'm trying to like make it through.
Girl.
Keeping your head above water. Making a way where you can. I'm over here temporarily.
No, you can go get your pussy wax, B. You can go get your pussy wax.
Yeah. Like bullshit. Well, what
I mean, it might cost less down there. Like up here. Up
You
here
live
is
in
one price.
Chicago?
I mean, if I go every 4 weeks, it's 68. No,
I'll look
68.
it up and see, but if it's too much, I'm like, hey, dude,
Girl, you just getting your underarms and your coochie wax. Like, just get it done. It's only once a month.
I gotta look that up. Shit.
No, you don't gotta look that up. Just pay.
Temporary layoffs. He's a credit with Paul. You know, good time. Scratching us up, you know, that stuff. So.
But I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need you to take care of that.
I'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. But I know
No, I'm gonna look into some places in your area, like good clean places. You know, like the lady who waxes me. Her name is Anya. She's from Poland, and she does everything so fast. She just. I'll be like, okay. My husband's like, you're gone already? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't take that long. But it will make you feel better going through your perimenopausal shit. I promise you.
I'm okay. So I'm gonna like look into it and see because I do be feeling like I just don't like the whole. I need probably like to do even my arms because I be feeling like what the hell.
No, just like your underarms, let them do that in your lady region.
Okay.
And then like just shave everything.
I don't even have hair on my arms. I'm like one of those.
No, they're fine hairs. Shave them all off. I feel very clean. I shave my arms. I shave all right, like my chest, my breast, my legs, and then they do my underarms and my lady regions.
But you know what? All those little hairs, they probably do. Because I'd be like, oh my God, something. And
girl, once you don't have no hair, it helps menopause. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you how to get through this shit. Listen to a bitch. Listen to a bitch.
That shit is whack. Like, oh my God.
I'm trying to tell you how to get through it.
Like, you be like, what the fuck is on my arm? And ain't nothing there. Like, oh shit, there's nothing with it.
It's those sweat beads that be on those microscopic hairs, girl. I'm trying to tell you what to do.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm gonna talk to you later on today, and we're gonna figure out a good wax in place. Cause I'm gonna ask my people, cause they Polish and they got people down there. You have to try it. If you try it, you don't like it.
And listen, I'll come back up here and say, you know what? Thank you because you helped me.
Right, you can.
Get my
right.
If
you like it or don't like it, I need reviews. So,
right. Hey, you helped me get my cootie cat situated. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, your pussy gonna feel different. Your pussy gonna feel different. That it's like they rip it out and it hurt, and then when you're done, you go home and you re-shower. You be like,
"Thank you, Lord." Right?
It just feel different. I'm just saying.
Right, because you know that razor when that hair come back after the
girl,
razor.
You a property owner. That's what poor bitches do. Go get that hair waxed out your pussy.
That's what poor bitches do.
Poor bitches use razors.
No,
on that
I
pussy.
haven't done that. I was like, dude, I didn't. I'm too
Girl,
clumsy.
just put your hands wrapped. It's
Over
real
there.
quick. And they be talking to you when they do it. It makes it easier. Listen to some music. And
You
they
know.
rip it out from your cootie to your booty hole.
Oh,
That's what a Brazilian is.
okay.
I
So
get a
yeah.
Brazilian every time I go.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that because yeah.
Girl, you ain't gotta look
I'm
into
probably
it.
I'm over here looking like a
I'm gonna find somewhere you can go
probably
get waxed. Just go get it done.
goddamn grizzly bear. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's 4 in the morning, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm being silly at
I
this
mean,
point.
it's okay. Your pussy hairy. You need to take care of that.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Okay,
I'll
so
talk
I'm
to you.
gonna go. I love you. I'm gonna
Hey,
go
OG
brush my
said I
teeth.
gotta OG said "Look, I'm out.
Yeah,
Y'all
OG left a long time ago.
all right.
Thank you, DJ Genesis. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, OG Patrice.
Peace. Much
Thank you,
love.
Truth Hurts. Thank you so much. I like to look back to see who was here and just thank them. Thank you, my country girl, Queena. And thank you, Sparkle. Thank you so much for being here.
On one was here.
Thank you, on my baby. Thank you, on one.
One lady sparkles and
I got Sparkle. Oh shit. And thank you, anyone who was in my bushes. I hope everyone hit the like button. I'm gonna go brush my teeth, wash my body in the waters of Lake Michigan, and I'm going to sleep. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Genesis is perimenopausal. I'm full blown menopause. And we're going to help each other out. If anyone has any questions, please DM me at Roxy's Lady Lounge on Instagram, and I will try to help you as much as I can. But we can struggle together. So I love you guys. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Genesis, for being here. I love you. God bless you. And
love you too.
I'm gonna get you through this shit, bitch. I'm gonna
Okay.
get you through
Sure.
this.
All
All
right.
right. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Genesis left, and I gotta go take a shower because I want to feel fresh. And I heard my son going through my back door. I love you guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. I will talk to you all later. Bye.